Are you guys all friends then?
Yeah.
Yes, we have a particular set of skills: watching trashy movies
kind of
and making
friends,
sense
yeah.
of them.
Kind of friends.
Yeah.
I promise we
Associates.
we are 2.5 years into this. I promise I'm gonna now that I have stopped being a chicken shit and I'm getting a new car and gonna probably start traveling state to state on my days off. We're gonna definitely have to do some kind of expo or panel together.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll come in.
Cedar Rapids next up.
Yeah.
I'll come in looking like Johnny Fever.
Trace and Frank were here.
Johnny
I
Fever.
talked to them, and Kevin Smith's been here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
no
now,
one ever wants to come to Iowa.
We're going
Now,
to see
Joseph
Oswald
and Karen,
next week. So
do you ever place your names together, JK?
No.
Damn it. No,
No.
really, it's JK.
JK though. JK. though.
JNK.
Yeah, JK. There's actually usually 4 of us, but the other 2 couldn't be here today. So
All good. We all got chaotic schedules.
yeah.
Having fun be damned.
It being Arbor Day and all.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
I
Oh,
love these
man.
are on Thursday night because I work Monday through Thursday usually, so it's nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
We usually do our podcast on Tuesdays, so it works out pretty well.
I'm so glad to be coming on your thing. What's funny is, you guys are very active on Twitter. Like, I will see you just like be like teamed
that's
up on
all.
like
That's
so
all,
many.
Karen.
That's me.
Yeah,
But
that's
even
all
then,
Karen.
I mean, that's great interactivity. Like that, they've been really killing it lately. Despite being owned by a Nazi, I think everyone's just moving on. They're like, we're only here for business.
Pretty
Promote the
much.
shit out of our show and meet other cool people from around the world. That's all there
Yeah.
is to it.
Yep.
And so I have already stopped interacting with that. People asking hot takes, this movie or that, this food or that. I'm like, next.
Yeah. I get on there. I do my thing. I talk to a few people, and
I'll
that's
retweet
about
your
it.
shit. You retweet
Yep.
my shit.
Yep.
Boom.
I help promote anybody that helps
The
promote
back
us.
scratch.
Like, yep. Absolutely. It's important.
She's better at it than me. I get so frustrated with the social media stuff, man. I can't.
I hear you.
I'm not.
I have
I
to
know.
remind myself, oh shit, already posted that, give myself enough time to edit this. And
Yeah.
we've been pretty good. We had some Skype issues when we first started where
Yeah.
computer would crap out on us. There was one time where it literally kicked me off. It hijacked it from me. And so next thing you know,
We did.
JJ
there was
and Tom
one-
are
He
like,
goes during the podcast. He says,
Yeah.
guys, my computer just kicked me off. I don't know if I saved everything on here. And we're just like, shit.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you
we
don't
did-
know until
we did
everyone
one
leaves.
podcast with our buddy Alec, and he did it through Skype,
Yeah.
and it was a mess. Like his well, it
You
was
have to
mostly
close
his-
every window,
Well,
unfortunately.
it was his headphones that kept giving up on him. And
I think he just used regular like
yeah,
AirPods
he was using
or
like
something.
AirPods or something.
Yeah, it
just-
didn't work
was
out so
not
well.
Good. I think we did. That was for Clerks too. I think we
Yeah,
did.
yeah, it
Oh,
was.
jeez. They're like, stop reviewing this divisive movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, our very first podcast, like we did the whole podcast and then like we all went home
Oh,
and
yeah.
he contacted us like an hour later and he was like, "Hey guys,
We got to do it
So-
all over again.
nothing recorded."
Boy.
We've had that happen
Ow.
twice now.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
happened to me before, but usually I got better at organizing stuff, but there were times where like, where the fuck did the recording go? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, did I delete
I've
it?
had that too. And well, I also had an incident a couple weeks ago where my hard drive took a crap on me.
Yeah.
What I do is I record everything on my laptop, then I put it on a hard drive, and I edited everything on my desktop. And
That's the hard thing too, having to
Yeah.
tell guests, hey,
yeah,
I know you want your episode now, but there's 20 people in front of you, and I'm trying to make sure everyone doesn't sound awful by remastering it. And
Mhm.
I get it. Waiting can be a hell. But
Yeah.
I find that having not too many windows open, that often will help you out a ton, but it's hard because sometimes you just need some extra thing in the view screen to reference.
right.
Mhm. It's true.
Yeah.
So this is
I
a
like
delight.
to unplug one of the 3 fire sticks in the house when not in use. That helps.
Yes, there you go.
Well, we moved here 2 years ago, and that Wi-Fi is finally getting good. I think it just period of adjustment or whatever.
It has
I think for me, it's
decided to
kicking-
behave.
It's kicking my boys off of their Fortnite and
Yeah.
Kids, don't be
Dad,
playing
we want to
games or
play
watching porn.
Fortnite.
Don't be doing
yeah,
that.
exactly.
We had an AT&T tech come out and tweak it. So
Oh God.
And by
Hey, 1-800, you know the what number? It's the 2020 number. If you ever need anything, I'll get you the 2020 number. That's the number you need to call in case there's any problems with your internet.
I'm retired from AT&T, and I don't want to go into it, but I
too late.
just got my pension money back that they shorted me. Long story, but
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. I had
four months after January 1st.
Oh, that what was
I
yours?
had AT&T for cell phone service, and it was one of the worst. So
There's a great. We're all big Mystery Science Theater Retracts fans, which is kind of how we got started. But what's funny is there's a great riff in the Starship Troopers live show where they're like, there's the AT&T logo displays, and they're like, dropping your calls religiously since '97.
yeah.
That's great.
I don't know. We had issues that we just moved in here 2.5 years ago. We had issues at first, but now it's fine. So it's been good for about a year. You got to know where to put stuff, and
Know when to fold them.
yeah.
Sorry.
Like I said, I just keep the fire sticks unplugged. It helps. So, but this has always been the laptop's always been working good. So
Yeah.
that's the most important thing.
Good old laptops. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty good rhythm down now.
Lovely.
Yeah, we definitely have a good rhythm down now. It's pretty much every week.
Is
it's
it
the
a
same
Rhythm
thing. It's
Nation?
very
down there?
routine. Yeah, Rhythm Nation. No, man. we have no rhythm. We have no rhythm.
I'm an
If we
asshole.
had rhythm, then we'd be doing a music podcast. I think
There you
we'd be
go.
on here dancing, you know.
Dressed up in '90s clothes, perfect.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
So
the
you gotta
we
go.
have-
Gotta go back to the '80s, man.
I don't know.
We might as well. So we got
Right.
a special, the usual suspects here. We got JJ, Mike, and Gil all reporting for duty. So Mike signed us up for movie hell, which was let's play a game of is this movie a classic or not? We had done a similar one a year ago called Bastard or Not, where we were talking about celebs.
Oh, yeah.
Where we were like, they're an asshole, they're a douchebag, but they're not. You know, I don't think it's cancel worthy, or I don't think they're awful and should be told to leave the business. So that was fun. You know, it was just like we mentioned all sorts of superhero,
Ezra Miller.
sex offenders, douchebag directors, and it was hard. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, Charlie Sheen, his career is already dead, so I don't think he should be canceled.
Who is it? Should be
Charlie
canceled?
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
Nah.
Yeah,
He
his career is
he
already
did it to
dead. So
himself.
what's
He
the
did- he
point?
did it to
Yeah, he's
himself.
already
He's gone.
he's near dead.
Well,
so, I mean,
he's living fat off that 2.5 men money.
There
Oh,
you
for
go.
sure,
yeah.
It's like no
Yeah.
one wants to work with him, so it's okay, you know. And so it was a fun,
I'd
just
work
kind of
with
in
him.
between. You know? We had a few we didn't agree on, but it was never to the point where we're like, "Oh, you're fucking wrong. I can't stand." You know, it's just, we're pretty civil around here. You know, it's just like it's not like we're talking politics. We're just talking about celebs
Yeah.
that suck. Anyway,
yeah, you ain't
so
wrong.
we got some special guests on this crossover. We got Joseph and Karen from the Bonsai movie crew.
Hello,
There we
hello.
go.
Bombs away.
I'm Joseph.
I am Karen.
Do we drop our socials and all that good stuff too?
I'd be happy to. I'm gonna try and link it either way, but yeah, sure.
So you can find us on X, Twitter. Well, that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Instagram.
What else? TikTok, Instagram,
It's
Facebook,
provocative.
YouTube. Yeah. What else is there? We used to be on Rumble, but we got rid of that crap.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what that is.
It's,
Rumble?
No, it's
yeah, it's
Rumble in the
it's-
jungle.
it was
Rumble.
like YouTube.
It's a thing, man.
Is
Yeah,
it
you
formed
guys-
by Guns N' Roses?
Yeah,
No.
it might as well.
No, it was like it was a lot of conservative stuff on there, and it was like good lord,
So
like
it's Parlor 2.0. Perfect.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
That's exactly what it was. Oh man.
we got rid of it though. But you can find us anywhere you can find your podcast, like
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon.
Lovely.
Yeah, everywhere. So yeah, just trying to get her out there a little bit.
Rocking the suburbs. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. That's
All right,
us.
lovely.
How long you guys been doing your show?
We do La La Land on Tuesday. It will be our
I-
80,
That's gonna be
89th,
interesting.
89th.
We're
So-
surprised Bonnie and Clyde messed it up again, you know.
I'm sure that'll be in our
Criminals, you know.
I'm sure that'll be in our trivia. For
Yeah,
for the movie.
I do the trivia, so I'm sure that's in there because I looked
Yeah.
it up just to see how much there was. It's like 320.
I was
that
okay
gotta
with it
go
because
through.
I'd rather it happen more often.
Yeah,
Then
it's good to
then
know
it'd
that
be
they're
more
not
exciting.
perfect.
Then we'd have more face slaps.
Right? Oh
Yeah.
man,
You son of a bitch! You robbed me from my.
keep my
And then
wife's name.
you would get rid of all the overrated guys real
Get my
fast.
movie's name out of your fucking mouth. Well, we said the wrong. Get my movie's name out of your fucking mouth.
Oh, that's
And my wife's gonna roll
I
her
want to
eyes
see
at
a
me,
running
and
jump
everybody's
kick
gonna know
one time.
I'm
Yeah.
Absolutely, Jackie Chan comes on stage and says,
Yeah,
"Leave me
shit.
alone."
Like Will Smith's the slappy kind, but like get somebody like talk shit about like Jackie Chan's wife.
You're right.
There should be that. There should be. Oh wait, they should have the. You know how they often have all kinds of guests. They should have the definitely not winning an award in this lifetime, just like presenters.
Oh my god.
The Rock,
God.
Megan Fox,
Yeah.
all kinds of guys just go up on the stage. Keanu Reeves presents and goes, "Whoa, hey,
like you
Like,
were.
could
You
you,
got.
could
What
you
the fuck
imagine
am I
if
doing
Keanu
here?"
Reeves got smacked by Will Smith?
Oh well,
think
he wouldn't be
like,
able to lay
whoa.
a hand on him.
That's true. He is. He is. He
He'd
is.
dodge
he
and
has
go,
martial arts.
"Whoa, dude, do you need a taco or something? What the fuck?"
Yeah, like what, you need a
Meanwhile,
hug,
Viggo
dude?
Mortensen, who doesn't believe in any elitism but keeps winning all the awards, would be like, "Here, shut the fuck up. Come to my table. Let's talk.
Let's
Yeah.
talk. Yeah,
Let's have some
talk.
therapy
down.
Yeah.
and smoke some
And
pot
if
weed.
I'll
you need
speak
it,
to you.
like,
I'll
yeah.
Sit down.
the
It's all
nuts.
good.
Yeah.
Let me drive you
I'll-
around."
I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you in Elvish, then I'll kick you in the nuts. Okay, Will?
Yeah.
You know.
I got my
I love-
uncle
green
friends
I love that
Yeah.
that's your. I love that that's your go-to because my daughter's been obsessed with the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh my gosh.
That is where Lord of the Rings almost becomes kind of like Highlander. It's the whole we doing a Day Rangers. We live 1,000 years, and it's gonna be on here too. And
well,
trust me,
I'm just a proud dad, man. I can't help it.
No,
you
daughter-
might as well raise the geeks early, man.
Right, dude. She's
Always be-
16. and
always
like,
be-
what 16-year-old girl do you know is watching Lord of the Rings?
You know, I
For
was
the
when I
80th
was 12
time.
because The Hobbit was my favorite book growing up. But what do I know?
I always say this: when you're a geek and you're 16, the world is at your command because the kids that are doing all the popular shit are basically boring as hell, and you're gonna be the one
Yes.
that's gonna be the most interesting to
Yep.
everybody. That
I
gets
agree.
to meet you.
dive. That's a deep dive. But anyway,
Oh, trust me, you know it's gonna be another divisive movie on here. There might be people who like it but don't think it's a classic. There might be other people who are like, I don't get the hype, you know. So that'll be fun.
I want to see how
favorite
many of us
is-
have crossovers. The same movie. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely. So that's really the only rule here. It's a pretty loose conversation, but yeah, if there's some crossover, just feel free to just pitch in and just say, I was going to say the same. And
Yeah.
I don't have any rules other than,
Or cross
Try
it off
not-
your list. Yeah.
yeah, just don't threaten each other's lives. It's all fun and games, you know.
No.
I have had to actually
Fuck
explain
you,
that to
man.
people. Right. You know, here's the other thing. If you want to suggest, a cult classic like that, you know, feel free. It doesn't have to be on an actual list. It can just be a movie that a lot of people really like. You know, there's going to be plenty of crossover. Everything from Big Lebowski to Big Trouble in Little China. So yeah,
All right.
yeah, you know, just we're gonna obviously have some ones where we go, oh, hot take, you know, and it's like that's okay, you know, and just this movie drove you crazy for whatever reason, and gonna go with one that's kind of an easygoing crowd pleaser that's on the IMDb top 250. And obviously, we'll deviate from that. I figure this one could be either a classic, or you might not like it as much as other people, and you just think it's okay. Either way, you're going to probably give it a positive rating, but we never know. Cool Hand Luke.
Good movie.
I think that's a classic. But what do I
It
know?
is.
Forgot about that.
I've never
I've
seen
never
it.
even heard of it.
Oh, you never
Oh.
heard of it? I've
Paul-
heard
Paul
of it. I've just
Newman.
never seen it.
Oh.
If you like prison
What we have-
movies or just escaping, but just that motivational, just like nothing can touch me with some light off-color humor, I think you're going to like it. It's really, it comes on Turner TCM.
It's
quite a
on
lot.
my list.
does it?
I just haven't seen it yet.
Uh,
It has that.
well,
it
what,
has that-
get as many
This is-
older.
so me
relatives
and
as you can.
Karen are on the same team, right? We're one. Because we both represent-
Oh,
It's
is
okay
that
if you
how it
haven't
works?
seen it. You know, it's
So-
fine. Yeah.
So I'm just
The-
saying because she's like she knows more about like the more classic movies and
I'll go with all kinds of ages. And there's going to be plenty
Good.
where I'm like, I've
like,
never
good
even
lord,
heard of that.
I'm over here like I feel like the little kid again, like the
There's
youngest
a
one
lot
in
of
the room
Bollywood
again.
movies on this fucking list, and I've never even heard of. So
Oh.
I mean,
Well, Cool Hand Luke, the cast is amazing. I mean,
George
Mitchell.
know.
Kennedy, Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitchell's in there. Dennis Hopper.
Joe Don Baker. Yeah.
You got
Strother
Joe Don
Martin.
Baker, Dennis Hopper, George Kennedy,
Yeah.
Clifton James,
George Kennedy got Oscar win.
yeah.
didn't he? Yeah.
Yep.
Best supporting.
Well, if it
Anthony
has Dennis
Zerbe.
Hopper, then it's got to be a classic.
That's one of his earlier movies.
Anthony Zerbe, Strother Martin, Paul Newman.
Yes.
Oh God,
What's
who's the what we have as a disability to communicate guy? That's
Can't remember her
So
name.
you guys would put it on the classics list.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
I've never seen it, but
yeah.
I'll put it there.
All right.
I
Perfect.
would
have
think
my
so.
five
Yeah.
at
I
least.
mean, it's.
You can dispute it at any time. You can say.
I'm
"Hey,
not going to.
like
I
it."
think Dennis Hopper's in it. I think it sounds good.
No, I
Okay,
think even
perfect.
without seeing it, has to be just because
And
it's
this
one
is
of those
before.
movies that everybody
Isn't this
talks
movie?
about.
This movie's also before they put Dennis Hopper in that he's pretty much a villain all the time category.
Yeah, before podcast
Yeah, this
now
is-
and speed.
yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
there you
This
go.
is
There's a good
Tim.
transition.
So did you? So did you,
Movie podcast, and they've never
Yeah.
even seen this.
No,
movie?
it's fine. Every movie we're gonna
We'll
just
get
talk
there. We
about.
got a long
Just
list.
keep
so,
it
yeah.
to classic or
Alright.
not. So, Speed.
Oh,
No,
no.
no.
really?
Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna give a odd
I'm
man
gonna go
out.
no,
Speed.
too.
Not Speed. You're not thinking about Speed 2.
No,
No,
I'm,
no.
I'm talking about the original.
No,
Speed
that's a
2
classic.
definitely is.
That's a
Come on.
classic.
That's
No,
a
I'm
bad
just
movie
kidding.
The
classic.
boat will
Anyway,
get
no.
the boat
It's
will
a
get to
classic
land
and it-
eventually.
Hey,
I-
it's a
I get
classic in the
that-
sense that Sandra Bullock, because of that movie, said she'll never do another sequel. But then she
There-
did Miss Congeniality too.
There is that
Yeah.
factor. Anyway, no, the first one I watch it anytime it's on. It
Yeah.
changed how I viewed action movies.
Speaking of
And-
Dennis Hopper too, yeah.
Yeah, that's the connection. And okay, so
What?
Oh, I was middle of the road on that. I mean, there was things to enjoy about it, but it was very formulaic.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
I agree. I don't
interesting.
think I would consider it a classic because of that.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
I
You know
mean,
what
it-
though?
it
Sometimes
definitely it was a
I don't-
great it was a great action movie, but I wouldn't call it a classic.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Ooh,
Oh, I
Classic.
say yes.
Classic.
Yes, classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
cry every time I watch it. I think it's very emotionally rewarding, but others might find it preachy. So I get it.
I think that it's a classic in the sense that it's one of the movies that definitely like blew Jack Nicholson into superstardom. Like he became
Yeah.
huge because of
That
movie.
that kind of falls in the category of cult classic, doesn't it?
No, I wouldn't.
We'll
No,
put
I
some
don't
cult
know.
classics on here. There's going to be some crossover,
And then there was Chinatown right after that.
Yeah.
which is
So-
also
yeah,
here on the
yeah.
list. Is that a classic?
Is it?
Yeah.
Growing up,
Bro,
it's terrible, but with
Uh.
adult eyes, it's a wonderful look into the darkness of mankind and what they're capable of covering up. I
agree. Yeah,
I
I'd say
haven't seen
classic.
that movie since I was a little kid, so I'm not
oh, yikes!
yeah. So
A scarred for life. Okay.
it's like you don't watch.
The
too
only
much
one that I
TV.
will compare is the two Shinings. I will make that comparison.
she's a snob about The
Ooh.
Shining.
I will make that comparison.
She
I'll
is
be a
big
snob about it.
The
There's
Shining.
a good question for you.
but-
So,
Well,
what's
Stephen
your-
King didn't like the film. Yeah.
I did,
Yeah,
okay,
and he's got good reason.
so you brought up Shining. So is that?
And
a
I don't.
classic?
I do no.
Uh,
Okay,
no,
no,
Because
no.
the film is better than the book.
No.
The only thing I will say, I'm not comparing the book and the movie. What I'm comparing is casting.
Right.
Jack Nicholson was a
Yeah.
terrible cast. Jack Nicholson is crazy from the time he walks into that hotel until the time he leaves. And not once do I feel any warmth from him as a father to that boy. Now,
You like
He's supposed-
cornflakes, Doc?
he
Oh my
is
God.
supposed to be a warm father and a loving husband and not crazy. He's supposed to go crazy and try to
Right.
kill
Yeah.
his family.
That was King's
It's the-
point. Yep.
I so
Shelley Duvall?
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
so
It's like there's-
I'm the odd duck out. So this may not be the best movie all time. To me, though, it's kind of a horror classic just because of the visual imagery.
I'm with you actually.
So maybe it's not
love
on
The
the top
Shining.
250 worthy, but I just
I mean, I'll
feel
say
like it's
this.
a Giallo movie.
I'll say this.
See, visually is just not enough for me.
Okay, no,
You
that's
gotta,
visually-
you gotta have like the actors have to bring it for me. They
To
just
me,
do.
it
That's true.
seems like that, and what you're saying is right. There's no warmth between the characters of Shelley Duvall and Jack Nicholson. There's no like
Chemistry.
chemistry, and
Yeah.
like of course it's Kubrick, so Kubrick's kind of trying to get you
he
uncomfortable
was
for
too
this
busy
shit.
breaking them.
Yeah.
He is too,
And-
especially Shelley Duvall, man. He
Uh-huh.
wrecked her life.
Yeah.
And then
But the whole point of The Shining is you're supposed to feel like, okay, if somebody who loves you can go crazy and try to kill you, that's the most terrifying thing in the world.
yeah,
Fair enough.
And that's not scary if you never feel like he loved his wife or child, and then he just tries to kill him. Like, I'm not surprised by that, nor should they.
hello, Mr. Torrance. What shall we be drinking?
Oh my god.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he tried
Did
to
you guys
kill them,
watch
and nor
Dr.
should they
Sleep
be.
by any chance? Just out of topic
Yeah,
here.
that's a good one. I need to.
It was
see
weird
the
that they
register.
brought in that guy that like that Jack Nicholson lookalike to play the role of the bartender.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
I kind of got the gist that he took his place, basically.
Yeah,
Now,
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Is any of that or Mike Flanagan's movie a horror classic? It's just yes or no, guys. Come on.
No,
Really? Okay.
I mean,
No,
it's like-
I Mike Flanagan ain't been around long enough to have anything
Okay.
that would be considered a classic to me. So
Okay. I'm gonna definitely put either Hush or Oculus in there just because they're at least an indie horror classic.
Hush
I
is
agree.
good.
I like
is
Hush and
very good.
Oculus, and I think that they.
I didn't care for
I
them.
saw it in theaters.
I think with time, those can definitely be.
I'm not saying
Put
they'll
up
be
there.
on TCM.
Yeah.
but I'm
I
just-
think that Oculus if it already hasn't been, but it will be forgot about. I do. I think I don't
liked
think it'll-
Oculus.
It's good. Don't get me wrong, but Hush. Unfortunately, will also be forgotten, even though it's actually, I think, in my opinion, a more superior movie to
Alright.
Oculus. So
Let's go with the original Psycho.
Oh,
classic.
yes,
Definitely
a
classic.
classic. Come on,
Definitely.
Just that
And-
music
and-
score
hands
alone.
down.
Bernard Herrmann's
100%.
music.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bernard Herrmann's music. A great story by Robert Bloch. Okay.
Yep.
The way they that Hitchcock throws a curveball at you midway through the movie, because we all think Marion Crane's going to be safe, and what happens? She gets it in the shower. Now we're trying to figure out who killed
Yeah.
Marion Crane.
So Mike mentioned this earlier. This is going to be another divisive movie, and I think this is a good one. Forrest Gump.
No,
So there you go. And I don't think I never thought it was a classic, but I thought it was a good movie growing up. But this one has been reevaluated.
It's a classic.
this-
It's definitely a classic to me.
okay.
Yeah, not one of my favorites, but I think it's a classic.
This is
hasn't-
definitely a
it
movie that I
hasn't
grew up with.
aged
It
well.
has to be.
It's-
Yeah.
it's
I can see its
symbolic.
imperfections.
It's symbolic of the of everything that happened in the '60s. That's why I take it.
Okay.
it's
Yeah. So
flower. It's
Well, it
flowers
was-
for Algernon with a
the
better
50s.
ending.
It had some innovative
I never
things of the
thought of that.
time, but it hasn't aged well. I wouldn't think.
No,
I agree with you on that. It hasn't
there you
aged
go.
well.
It's-
I do.
if we were in a different timeline, we might think differently. But now, with
Oh,
today's
but come on. Is he dumb or is he smart? Doesn't that break you up though? Come on.
He's a
What if
dumb
you go
guy
to
with a
the cinema?
soft heart, man. That's all.
it is pretty sad when his mom
Yeah.
dies. Anyway,
Sentimental. I gave it a thumbs up though.
I
for sure.
I'm giving it a thumbs up. I just that's
Yeah.
the thing. We're gonna say this is good, but it's not classic. It's gonna be
Yeah.
there's free answers.
Right.
Over time, I got you.
12 Angry Men.
Yes.
Oh,
Classic.
classic,
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about
yeah.
the original black and white, right?
Yeah,
but the original,
Okay, yeah.
the original Martin, the original one, right?
Martin
That's the best
Balsam.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Martin.
for sure. Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
Henry, and the great thing about that, Henry Fonda and Lee J. Cobb going at it
Yes.
over the murder weapon is one of the best scenes I've ever seen.
I agree.
Best-
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
It pretty much introduced the world to Reasonable Doubt.
I was in seventh grade the first time I saw that movie, and
Second
it was just
grade?
I was or seventh grade. Sorry.
Seventh. Wow.
Yeah, I was in seventh grade, and I was.
You had a
glued to
cool
the TV.
teacher.
It was my teacher actually.
Ah,
It was at the end of the year. We watched
Lovely.
it in class, and I was just like, I was glued to the TV. I couldn't. I don't know
Oh.
why. Everybody was just like talking. I was like, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to watch this. Movie. You know, I was that kid.
Perfect. So here's
Oh, I
another
know what
movie.
that's like. Trust me.
Yeah, it's hideous. Here's a movie they often show in schools. Glory.
No,
Ooh,
I never seen it.
Oh,
I like that one.
uh,
Yep. Thumbs up on that one.
I have no opinion. I don't think I've
um,
ever seen Glory.
I haven't seen it.
Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I like it.
And
I
Matthew
like it.
Broderick in that.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's one of the. sergeants.
He doesn't
it's
seen
a
run.
the
war
cover
movie.
art.
Yeah, it's a war
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never seen
Yeah,
it.
Civil War. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
the worst classroom. They decided to laugh at every other person's death. I'm like, you fuckers, dude!
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
it's
war
messed up.
movie.
Oh my god.
The
It
sad
made
part
me
is I
wish-
love war movies.
Well, I love war movies too, but it was one of those. I was like, can the teacher please send you guys out into the hallway?
Right.
What seventh grade you said? Seventh?
That, and I saw it in high school later, and it was way better. Anyway,
thumbs up.
Yeah, same here. Classic for me. The first two Godfathers.
Classic.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
No brainer.
I don't.
He just lob a softball.
I didn't say I like them.
I'm not. I don't. I'm gonna say no because
no, that's fine. It's fine, guys. Roger
It's okay.
Ebert liked
Don't hate
it,
me.
but
I don't care.
I didn't say I like them. I said they're classics.
Yeah.
And Roger
What do you think
Ebert,
of the Beatles?
What? Okay, to be fair, Roger Ebert liked it, but didn't think it was classic. So it's just we're gonna again. There's free answers. There's
there's always nothing's 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna say this. I can see why some people don't view it as a classic.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of long laboring scenes in it, and a lot of people weren't used to. And I can see why. If you watch something like Casino down the road or Goodfellas, it's quick. Where the Godfather's more of a drawn out story. So I can see why people don't see it as a classic. Those two movies as classics.
I haven't seen the Godfather movies in probably 20 years. So if I went back and rewatched them, I might think differently now.
I just think the other movies wouldn't exist without them.
Right. Yeah.
There's that too. So I think it's a gem just because I love the Shakespearean themes, but I can see why it might be predictable to today's audience. Is like, he's gonna get the girl, he's gonna lose her, and then he's gonna get revenge. So here's another one that's divisive. Yeah, again, you're either gonna like it, hate it.
I like the divisive ones.
Like it, but not considered a classic. So I'm torn on this one, but I'll let you guys take it away. The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
classic.
Yeah.
It's part of my favorite Stephen King book, The Different Seasons.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So,
I think it's definitely a classic in my opinion.
All right. Perfect. So I'm the odd duck out. So I kind of am with the critics who were that way at the time of release, where I was like predictable.
Yeah, it didn't do well at the time. It started getting back.
I think it's watchable though.
I don't think that it's supposed to be unpredictable.
Yeah, but see, that's just it. I know what's going to happen, so I'm not looking forward to.
I get it. I do.
Mainly the ending is what does it for me. What ruins it for me. I'm like, there's no way he dug a hole.
Right.
But
he just so happened to got that cell, huh?
But Morgan Freeman is wonderful in this, so
no sewer smell coming in, no wind coming in.
Yeah, right.
So I'm due for a rewatch.
Raquel Welch poster took care of it all. No.
Oh yeah.
Although there is that.
So here's another device. Here's another divisive one. The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh boy,
classics.
Yes,
it's a classic.
I didn't know where we were going to go.
It brought back. I'm gonna say this. It brought back fantasy, and it did it right because of the fact that.
I agree.
Before that, you got to realize it was mostly B movie fantasy back in the 80s.
Roger Corman.
You had Conan, Roger Corman. God, I love him.
Yeah,
but Willard. It was Willow and all
Willow, not Willard.
Willow.
I was wondering. I was confused.
Willard's the rat. Sorry, guys.
Man. Anyway,
but I think the great thing was, the material was there. They tried, they'd done it like we said with the Ralph Bakshi cartoons and the Rankin Bass cartoons, but this was more of the putting it in there, and then Miramax rolled the dice, and they got a great trilogy out of it.
Thank God.
I agree.
Here's one.
I'm not a fan, but I think they're classics for sure.
I learned you can't watch it for a 9-hour marathon in 3D in a theater.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I remember
tell my daughter that she'd probably challenge you.
A stand-up comedian we saw talk about it's just walking.
Yeah, it was from Clerks 2.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing in Clerks 2 was when he describes it and he's like, "This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one."
So yeah, I'm not a fan of those. I saw them. I liked them when they came out, but I don't want to go see them again. Maybe I'll give them another chance someday.
No, anyway. It's fine. I get.
I don't. If somebody says they don't like the Lord of the Rings, I'm like, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna get.
I don't like them either, but I do think they're classics.
Our local movie critic will take you to task on the same thing. He thinks they're great. So
it's all good. So here's another 3-hour so-called epic was hated at the time, kind of like now, and then I still see some people saying, "Oh, it was trash then." So here is 1983's Scarface.
No.
So
I like it. I like it.
well, you can call it a classic, but it was a remake. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to say
Just how
no.
much popularity does that have compared to like Godfather or something like that?
It's an
Right.
8.3, but yeah, I think it's a good movie because of the whitewashing. Though I can't call it a classic. And because it took me 3 viewings to really get my definitive opinion. So
I think that the movie could be considered a classic in the vein that it's
a cult classic.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah.
People adore and love this movie.
It's a Miami classic. There you go.
Yeah, but for me, no, it's not a classic to me.
I always remember Michelle Pfeiffer. Can we just stop saying fuck so much?
Yeah.
That's the main thing I remember. They had the chainsaw scene, I guess, but yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta put a little warm.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible.
Oh man. So the first Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah,
Classic.
but they made too
This was
many
a
of them
monster movie
afterwards.
classic. Yeah.
Agreed. They did make too many, but the
Yeah.
first one, yes, classic.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, and
Special
plus,
effects.
yeah, and it holds up today even. with
Oh
those-
yeah, it does.
It's a
Yeah.
rare mixture of suspense, horror, comedy, and action. You know, it's just it's
Yeah.
pleasing
Drama,
everybody.
even and the music and everything.
It's
I
fun.
mean, you hear the music and you know it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a classic.
Classic.
Perfect. A Beautiful Mind.
Oh,
No.
I have never seen it.
I saw it, but I forgot about it.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe
I know
show.
enough about it, but no, I've never seen it.
No, I don't think it's a classic.
No, it's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
gonna say
It's a good movie, but it's not a classic.
I'm gonna say not because I haven't seen it.
All right,
That's a good
so I am
reason.
the odd duck
Yeah,
out.
no.
This got me. I thought this was a perfect comeback for director Ron Howard. I think it's a good example of geniuses who have to come out of their shell in order to do amazing things. But I could totally see why some would just say, preachy, preachy, preachy. You know,
Yeah.
I get it.
I just made a joke one
It's a
time. I
good
said-
movie. It is a good movie.
Well, somebody said to me one time, they said, "What's your opinion of A Beautiful Mind?" I said, "The guy does math, and I hate fucking math."
That's exactly what this movie is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my god. So Pixar's Inside Out.
No.
No.
I have
No.
not seen that.
The market is
Yeah, haven't seen that one.
oversaturated.
Yeah,
The market's
I-
oversaturated with 3D movies. I could care less.
I concur.
I liked it better when it was Herman's head.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought about that when I saw that ad too.
Unless not every millennial is going to get that. That's funny. Yeah, no,
Fox-
it's a
Fox
good movie.
TV and
Yeah, it's a good movie, but it's not a classic. Now Toy Story trilogy, which is on here.
Good.
You could call the first one a classic,
Yeah.
but not the trilogy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
At least the first or second, and then
The first one ushered in that whole
You
3D animation
are
thing.
a toy.
And the concept of the movie is fantastic. It's a great kids movie.
The animation served it before
yeah,
Hollywood
exactly.
got spoiled.
Exactly. And I would call it a classic, but everything after that, no.
And real
Perfect.
quick, I thought the tone of on 3 of They're Gonna Burn All the Toys was a little dark for a kid's.
Oh, it was very
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
Extremely.
I'm
know they
surprised
did
they
it,
never-
but yeah.
The first one, the
Surprisingly,
neighbor
pretty
kid was
nightmarish.
terrible.
Yeah, surprisingly,
Yeah, I mean that got dark too.
despite
The
getting
first-
freaked out by every
the
other
first
movie
one too?
growing up, I
Yeah.
never wept at this one. This
But they
was
did
wild.
keep it a little light with Mrs.
Yeah.
Nesbit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. The mean neighbor kid. Sure. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. He had
Yeah.
all the toys and everything. They were like, I don't know.
I
Hooker,
need kids
Yeah,
like
the
that.
hooker. Yeah, the hooker. Get it because it was
Yeah,
late.
yeah, the hooker and
yeah,
Mrs.
I just-
Nesbit. And,
I just
mean,
got
yeah,
told
it's-
about
it's
that
cool.
last time, and I never put 2 and 2 together. But it's great.
I didn't as a kid, but as I got older, I was like, oh my god, dude,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's a hooker.
Okay, no, that's fine. So, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Classic.
If Eric was here right now, he would be like, he'd be all over it.
She's a witch. Burn
Yeah.
her.
There's so many quotable lines.
I got better.
You know it's a good movie if you have multiple quotes you use from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Every-
whenever
King.
someone
Every transition and every scene in that movie has a
Yes.
quotable
Yeah.
line from it. So
It's
how to make a
it
parody.
rolls along. It never lets up with a comedy. There's
Yeah.
no dead spots in that movie.
yep.
I
Anytime
think
it's- Anytime
I
someone
even
sends
laughed at
me
the
a
horse
bad
clapping.
anytime someone sends me a bad text, I say, "Were you dictating?"
I think the one thing that gets me at Monty Python and the Holy Grail is they did their background on this. It wasn't like regular, Knights of the Round Table. They did, they did their back, they did their history on it. But the thing is that like some of the lines, like you said, are really great. Like the one I love is when he's riding through after the Bring Out Your Dead skit and he says, "He must be a king. How can you tell? Doesn't have shit all over him." I mean, it's just like, where the fuck did that come from?
I didn't vote for him.
I love you.
I
Don't
didn't vote
frighten
for
us.
That's my favorite scene in the whole movie. I didn't vote for him. Did you vote for him?
I think my favorite
Lovely.
scene is with the white
My-
rabbits.
That was good.
Mine
too.
is with the Black Knight. And
Yeah,
Knight's a good
that's
one,
very
yeah.
good.
scratch.
But to scratch.
It's just a scratch.
I just love they had
Yeah,
this whole
really.
thing about how they didn't vote for him, and they can't believe that. Like, how can you be king?
It's good to be the
vote for
king.
you.
Yeah.
There you
He's a
go.
witch.
Enough just to calm you.
There's so much. I mean, it's
Bring out
Help,
your
I'm being
dead.
repressed.
I swear
I'm
there's
still
something-
alive.
There's something every
It got
20
better.
seconds in that movie. It's amazing. It's an amazing film. It really is.
Great
it
I
really
love-
is.
My favorite, one of my favorite scenes is Eric Idle gets hit with the arrow. Says, "Message for you, sir." He's like, "Brave Concord." No, I think I'm gonna pull through, sir. Brave Concord. No, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. He's like, no, Brave Concord, you stay here. I'll try to defend this in my own particular
Set of skills.
idiom. Yes, idiom, yes. And then it has, and then the part I love, the other part I love is the wedding. The two guys are standing outside, and you just see Lancelot
and they
like,
just
charging.
keep running.
and
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Cuts back to him. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes,
Cuts back to
that
him.
is.
You know,
See what I mean? You could quote the entire movie.
You really could.
If you can name a
Entire movie.
scene and put it on anywhere, it makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then he's going.
Yeah, we could go
He
on.
goes.
This one.
He goes through the castle. He's stabbing everybody. Sees the little vase of flowers on the wall. Just hits that, and then runs back upstairs. you know.
Yes. If
Yeah.
you see anything, destroy it. Yeah. Okay, so Caddyshack.
Classic.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Love
Classic.
that movie.
There's too many heavy hitters
Love
in it to
it.
not be a classic.
I love the
Right.
It's
ground.
not on the
Dangerfield.
top 250. I just decided to be a wise ass. But yeah, it should be.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably
Give
one
me
of the
three
best.
of those, four of
best
those. Give me a
comedies of
couple
all
of those naked
time.
lady teas.
Yeah.
Instead of my friend Mr. White here with the whole schmear. No,
That's a
offense.
terrible hat. Looks good on you though.
on you,
Looks
though.
good on you,
No, for a hat like this, you get a free bowl of soup.
Golfers.
though. Looks good
If
on
you
you,
blow
though.
up some golfers, you're gonna have a problem, laddie. Oh.
I think we could, but I don't think we could kill any of the golfers. Shit. I mean, they might lock me up and throw away a key. No, golfers, you're it, golfers. And you want to just like come up and stab one in the leg or something? I could just take him out, you know. and, No, you stupid idiot dick.
How about her little balletic dance when she finds out she's not pregnant near the end?
Oh,
Remember that?
Oh yeah. And her nightgown out there.
Yeah,
a
so
little
that's
bit.
my only dig.
Or the
against
kid jumping out
movie
up and down
is-
outside the window when they're going at it.
I still love the Babe Ruth scene with
great scene.
Yeah, oh man.
And
Like,
despite John,
he bites and he's like, a little nutty.
despite John
one-
Peters interfering with it, it's a pretty
wa-
good movie. Yeah.
You can shake
wanna
your
know something
protein
funny?
down by the pool.
Do you want to know
Yeah.
something funny? The girl, if you watch that scene where she says she's not pregnant, look at Michael O'Keefe. He's wearing a wig. He was filming The Great Santini,
Yes,
Oh,
he
and he
was.
had to
wow.
shave his head. So if you look at him, he's wearing a hat with a wig on it.
Yep.
And he
Oh
was still-
man.
Yeah, so
Huh.
you know, I'm not pregnant.
You can tell because
Nah.
the color's slightly off from his hair in
Yeah.
the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, then Rodney Dangerfield. Come on.
It
Yeah.
Oh,
happens,
Rodney
man.
Dangerfield just killed it.
That's his greatest movie.
Perfect.
Some of that
So-
loud ass music.
Maybe back to school.
Yeah.
Hey, why? This is exclusive club, so don't tell him you're Jewish.
Oh my god.
Someone must have sat on a duck.
Oh man.
Oh, you must have
AJ
suffered
does a
for
really good
electricity.
impression of Rodney Dangerfield, I gotta say.
We'll be here all day. So you guys are
I
musical
like make
fans.
$10 the hard way. Okay.
So we got some musicals on here. But before I get to the ones actually on the list, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Oh,
No.
No.
It's a
I
great
haven't
movie,
seen it,
but
so I
it's not a
can't judge
classic.
it. So.
It's a good
okay.
movie, but it's not a
I
classic.
love it, but it's not a classic.
It's a pothead classic, but that's it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
It's all
Yeah.
good. So
it wouldn't meet the top 10, but yeah, it's in there.
Singing in the Rain is on here, and that's definitely a classic. But I'll let you guys take it away.
What is it?
Yeah,
Singing in the Rain.
In the rain, yeah.
but
I've
Yeah, you could
Just for
call
that-
it just
just
in
for
pure,
that Gene
just in
Kelly number
principle,
alone,
yeah.
you know.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
make them laugh.
Making fun of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that whole
Oh,
thing
sorry,
with
sorry,
him.
sorry.
Isn't it also about sound taking over?
yep, yeah.
There is a bit of
And
that.
and the thing is that really happened with some of the stars who were in silence. They also had these weird voices.
Yeah.
And there's this one thing Sid Caesar did where he's playing a silent. This is on your show. So he's playing a silent movie star. He's taking a bath. He goes, "Haven't you heard? They're making sound pictures. Sound pictures. What do you think of that one?" And Caesar turns and goes, "Well, I think that's a good idea."
Probably.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Yes. Great scene. Okay. So here's some other ones on here. Top Gun Maverick.
No,
Oh no.
I haven't seen
I
it.
hate fucking Top
I'm
Gun.
surprised. I thought I was gonna be
It-
the only one.
it's
saying
good,
It was
but it's not. It's not the original. Either,
that
so.
music killed
Fucking-
it for me. Where I
I'll
was
be
just
honest,
like-
I wasn't a huge fan of the original. It felt like an Air Force commercial to me.
Okay, so there's a question.
Oh,
Is the
for
first
sure,
one a
yeah.
And
classic?
also Tom Cruise. Real quick, Tom Cruise. I can't hear you. It's like, what is he, 5? You know. with-
The
argument with-
first one being a classic, I don't think so either. No.
No.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I hate
I think
Top
it was a
Gun because it
popular
ruined.
movie. It was very popular, but that doesn't always make it great. So
The
I agree.
propaganda is pretty bad for me in this one, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't watch this, but dads will love it. But
Tell that to my dad who sat in the row with me with my date when we were watching it.
holy
I
shit!
hate
Oh,
fucking
man.
Top
I'm
Gun. I
sorry,
hate Tom
dude.
Cruise.
Maverick.
Oh, Maverick.
Maverick! Oh my God.
I
Wow.
wanted to get a kiss from Jen Weintraub, and what happens? My father's sitting there, and I'm like, "You fucking asshole!"
I love the Maverick, the Maverick comment. That's funny. I'm not sure anybody else got on.
No, I heard it.
I did.
That was funny.
That's great.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, so we got the
The
sound of music.
Starfighters was better. What was
Wow.
it? Sound of Music.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah,
That
you could
opening
call that. Yeah,
shot is tremendously great. But
yeah, it's good.
All right, so I'm gonna be the odd duckling. I ran out of the room every time this was on. I fucking hate this movie.
Oh, really?
no,
It's okay. You don't have to like
it's
it.
it's very checkered.
but
It's-
Julie Andrews is an amazing actress. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Das Boot.
No, I haven't seen
Classic.
it.
Oh, I've yet to
Classic.
see it, but I've heard it's really good. So.
Never seen it.
Never
It's,
seen
saw
it.
it.
so I'm gonna be half and half. It's not a
I'm
classic.
terrible with musicals, honestly.
It's a war movie. But okay,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's a classic,
World War
but
II,
I don't think it's a classic, but I think it's a submarine classic.
Yeah.
Well, there's Saint to Bismarck, and there's Das Boot, and I think Das Boot was a lot better
Yes.
because
No, it's a good
it
movie.
wasn't-
I'm just saying.
it was no, in my opinion, the way that Wolfgang Peterson who directed it, or
Yes.
who directed it?
What it was Wolfgang.
The way Wolfgang Peterson directed it, it showed you what it was like on those World War II submarines, especially
Absolutely.
the U-boats. You know, these guys were just doing a job, and I think that's what's so great about it. And of course, what's his name? The guy Jurgen Prochnow is
Phenomenal.
unbelievable as the captain.
Yep.
You know,
Which leads us to the next submarine movie, Crimson Tide.
I
and
don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
the one with
good.
Gene Hackman?
In Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I know I know what movie you're talking about, but I don't. I've
despite the
never
last
seen it.
3 minutes, I'm gonna say classic just because the
Yeah.
dialogue is pitch
I would.
perfect.
I think it's classic.
Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino punched it
Well,
up
there's-
for that.
There's another
Yes, he
movie that
did.
beats that out as a classic, I think, and that's the one with Sean Connery that I'm not thinking
Red
of.
October.
Hunt for
Okay.
Red October's great,
Red
too.
October.
I like that one a lot too.
I watch that every time
Red
it's on,
Red
so I'm gonna
October's a
say
lot better.
yes. Okay, no, that's fine.
Right?
So the first two Aliens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Alien
Yep.
and Aliens. Sure.
yeah.
It's funny because I think they're both. I think they're both classics.
I
in their own
prefer
rights.
Aliens, but yeah.
I
Yeah, see,
prefer
that's what I'm saying.
Alien.
I think both of the movies are classics in their own
Well,
right.
the first
their
the
own.
first Alien was more of a
Exactly.
claustrophobic.
Yeah, no,
Horror.
it's
Like it was actual downright horror,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
Aliens is more
It was more of an
action.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Where it kind of took where the thing was, where the original thing by Howard Hawks.
Yeah,
where,
I
you know,
agree.
It's kind of like now, okay, they're not they're a bunch of people in the spaceship. They find it, it comes on board, and now they got to try to kill it. And it's like every time Ridley Scott was coming around those corners, you didn't know what the hell you were going to see.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Oh
scene where
yeah.
the scene where Tom Skerritt's crawling in the ducks, and all of a sudden, the light, he flashes light, and the alien comes out with his hands out.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that is actually from a shot from House on Haunted Hill,
Yeah.
where
wow.
the blind woman's
Oh
So-
yeah.
Oh
So-
yeah. We actually made
On
remember
roller
that
skates,
part.
sure.
We
Yeah.
made fun of that
That
one.
was,
Well,
that
that
was
and-
seriously scary.
They
That was-
also
that's the-
they also took the whole Psycho thing. They took a page out of that book, and
The music.
Tom Skerritt. Well,
Dun,
they have
dun,
Tom
dun.
Skerritt as like top billing, and you think he's going to be the one that lives, and
Yeah.
he's going to be a hero, and no,
No,
it's more
originally,
like-
originally
That's-
Ripley's part was written for a man. So
Yeah.
that-
That's true.
Yeah.
That's kind of the first one that really lets the woman be the hero in the movie.
Oh, and
Yeah.
she's one of those, and she's the best. Honestly, dude, like in
Sigourney
movie
is a
history,
Jim. Yeah.
yeah, she's my favorite final
Good
girl of all
dialogue,
time.
surprisingly too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
she's a hard ass. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I
Perfect.
love Get Away From Her, You Bitch. That's so classic.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, game over, man.
Nice game for a
Game
human.
over, man. It's a
Game
bug
over.
hunt, man. A bug hunt.
Oh
I love
man.
Bill Paxton.
Don't
he's
forget
an
what Mel Brooks
he's an
did
American
in
gem.
Spaceballs with the tribute to aliens.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hello, my
yeah.
darling. Hello,
Again.
hello, my ragtime guy.
Oh, so there you go. Not again. So is Spaceballs a classic?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you
Yes.
guys seen? We already
Yeah.
reviewed Spaceballs.
It's a
on our
parody
podcast.
classic in my book. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
yes.
Star Wars needed that. Take the pomposity out of it just a little bit. Yeah,
I agree.
And Lucas kind of gave it a blessing too.
yeah he did.
Yeah,
you
as
go.
long as they didn't do any merchandising.
Yeah,
No.
Was it
yeah.
the
And
first-
it's got Rick Moranis in it. Come on,
Correct.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis is a jewel, dude.
It was
He's-
Dark
he's
Helmet
amazing.
Man or Dark
Exactly.
Helmet.
Dark Helmet.
He's the
Dark
best
Helmet.
part of that movie.
One of my favorite podcasts, which we've actually had on here before, Bad Movies Rule. Whenever they're doing complex plot
Oh, you've had
summaries.
bad movies roll on here.
Yes.
Oh, I listen to them, dude. They're so awesome. I love them.
And don't you love how every time they're catching everyone up on the plot, they play the Dark
Yeah.
Helmet line. Everybody
Yeah.
got that?
Everybody got that?
Good.
My favorite scene
Yeah.
is Spaceballs is one of the best. Did you find anything? No. Did you find anything? No.
We ain't found
Nothing.
shit.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah.
And
My
the
favorite line
shoebox
is
saying it.
smoke them if you got them.
Afro cone, yeah.
I like that.
Or how they're-
You didn't
or
see
they're
me playing
doing
with my dolls again.
Oh
doing
my
the
god.
videotape joke. They're doing the videotape joke, and they're looking at the videotape. You're looking at
Here.
it now, sir.
No. Yeah.
When will then be now? Soon.
now. Absolutely.
When was it? Just then.
Who's Princess
Which is
Leia
happening
in that?
when? Now.
Daphne Zuniga.
Yeah,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
what
Oh yeah,
else was
Princess
she in?
Vespa.
She was in the short thing.
Okay.
The Fly 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Fly 2 was the one I was
oh,
thinking of.
The best
Gilbert-
gag though is
Gilbert
the
Grape? Was she in Gilbert Grape?
no.
No, that was
No.
Juliet Lewis.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Juliet
Okay,
Lewis.
okay.
Okay, so speaking of grapes, do the grapes of wrath deserve to be on
Oh,
here?
Yes.
Never watched
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Never
So-
watched it.
Yeah.
It's a
Haven't read the book.
classic, but much like
the
the Godfather
story.
conversation, make sure you're watching it in a film studies class with other film connoisseurs.
Oh,
It'll-
come on.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
There we go.
I bumped something.
Oh.
Springsteen did a whole album based on it too. So
Oh, yes, he did.
Posted
Um,
on
Goes to
the-
Tom Joad.
I saw that tour at least I think 3 times. So
All good.
don't get
Where
me going
there's a
there.
cop
Don't get
beating
me
on the
started.
guy, I'll be there.
I'll be
Where there's a kid
around.
hungry, I'll be there.
Yep.
Wherever there's somebody making a sandwich and I tell him don't put mayo on it, I'll be there.
Okay, so I don't know how to pigeonhole off of that, so I'll just give it to you, James.
I don't remember the
that's-
mail line.
I
That's,
just
that's amazing.
I
So
just caught up.
so we got 2 Robin Williams movies on here, but you decide if they're are free. So you can decide
Yes
if
and
those are
yes.
classic.
okay.
All
Yes,
the
to all
above.
of them.
Yes.
Okay, so Aladdin.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Animated classic. Okay,
And
Good.
Gilbert Gottfried's in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
the parrot.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm playing a bird. No.
fucking bird.
Play a parrot. That's what I do. I play a parrot. A loud parrot. They said make a
Um,
Jew a parrot. Get Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my god, that is spot on.
It
As
is.
usual, James will often break into Godfrey.
Yeah.
Dead
They
poets.
said to me Get Groucho to play the parrot.
Okay,
Because
Chico, you don't need the money.
Disney wanted me to play the parrot, but I said I couldn't because Chico needed the money.
I gotta say it again. I was listening to him do that on his podcast, driving by Reeds Lake, Michigan. Where
God!
Groucho made his professional debut in 1905. I almost had to pull over. I'm hearing old Groucho from Gilbert, and here Groucho started out over here. I'm right in the middle. It was amazing. The timing couldn't have been better.
Audio mastery. Oh,
Yeah, anyway, sorry.
Dead
I
Poets
digress.
Society.
I love that story. It's a true story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Oh wait, yes, no, I have. Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
Wait.
I had to think about it for a second. I've only seen it once.
It's a very good movie.
I've only seen it once, but yes.
sorry, what
I'm glad Tim the Enchanter's not
Dead
here.
Dead Poets Society.
That post, sure. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's a classic for me. It may be a movie you watch once, but it'll stay with you and I can't believe that so many
Yeah.
critics trashed it back then.
You could say the same thing about Requiem for a Dream. You can
That's
watch
it.
it once, but it sticks with you forever.
Well,
Because that
okay,
movie
so-
definitely stuck with me.
Yeah, where he goes inside painting, sure.
Okay, so that's a good segue actually. Is Requiem for a Dream a classic?
No.
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 It's a forgetable movie.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
No!
It was
It's a forgettable movie.
It was
It is
fun.
I
not
don't like
forgettable.
it, but I'm not going to say
It
it's
looks good.
forgettable.
Visually,
I
it's
watched that
good.
movie and it fucked me up for 2 days. So
I think it's very well acted, but I can't tell if it's trying to be a social commentary or an exploitation film with a big
Yeah.
budget.
That's a very
So,
good point.
both.
So okay, so yes.
I liked him better in Bicentennial Man.
Oh, well, Robin's not in Requiem, so I'm not.
It'd be funny if he was. He'd be a much
I think
more
you're thinking
lighthearted
of a
movie.
different movie. He's in.
Oh look, they're taking drugs. Oh look over there. Oh look, somebody's doing this. Oh look, somebody's doing that. Oh look, somebody's doing that. Somebody's doing slow. I'm on Valium. I'm on downers. Oh look.
Imagine if he was on Valium and helium at the same time while saying that.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh no!
It's me. Help me. So okay, now he just turned into mutant Elmo. Perfect. So Good Will Hunting.
Oh God. Don't
No.
know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one,
I
so
think it's good, but it's
nearly
not a
bolted
classic.
No.
I nearly
I
bolted
had to
out of
watch-
the theater in tears. That thing. I love that movie.
I think it's one of those movies that everybody thinks is amazing when they watch it.
No, it's fine. I didn't like
People
it growing
complain
up,
about
but
the
I came around to
language,
it.
but
So, what do
it's a great movie.
It always
The
takes
thing
you
I
back to Jay and Silent Bob. Applesauce, bitch.
I know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They did a parody.
Oh my word!
And who directed that? Who directed
Van
that?
Sant.
It was Gus Van
Yeah.
Sant, who's also did the Suicide trilogy. Look it up. So speaking of suicide, It's a Wonderful Life.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
that's
had
a-
that on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
classic, but I don't go out my way to rewatch it
No.
nowadays.
Yeah, same
just
here,
'cause-
yeah.
No.
Oh, you don't
I
really
think I've
have
seen
to.
it once. Yeah.
It's
The
just
problem
on.
with It's
Instead, I
Wonderful Life.
instead I watched
never seen it,
Gremlins.
but I know
Has
it.
it at the beginning, so I've seen two in one movie. Boom.
Yeah, there you go.
gotta
See,
help
I'm
me,
with you on
Clarence.
that.
You gotta help me.
I'm with you on that.
Wonderful Life is the word of mouth got so huge on it that people are going, it's not that good, you know.
So I
But
own
for a long
Gremlins.
time, it was a hidden classic that didn't do well.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
hated it back
People
then,
started
but
seeing it on Saturday afternoon.
yeah, it killed every
2 o'clock or
year on
something.
NBC.
Yeah. So I own Gremlins on Blu-ray, right? So does that mean that I own It's a Wonderful Life on Blu-ray?
Yeah,
also?
that's what I was. Yeah,
that
essentially.
counts, right?
Yeah.
So here's the
Okay.
question: are the Gremlins movies classic?
I
No.
think
The first one is.
First
in
one.
my
First
opinion,
one is,
first one.
second one. No, wait.
But yeah,
I'll go
but-
back.
Second one's okay.
Second one's okay. I
Gremlins-
like the second one, but the first one.
Gremlins falls. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Gremlins falls under cult classic.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's where I. would put it.
Okay, yeah, all right,
It's a
yeah.
Christmas classic.
Yeah.
Christmas classic.
People don't even realize it's a Christmas movie.
Absolutely. So that
Yeah.
brings us to the other, another movie you could put in any of those. It's either an action classic or just a classic movie or a Christmas classic, and I'll let you guys determine. Die Hard. First
Christmas
one.
classic.
Oh yeah.
No,
It's
no.
recently considered like been brought into
Well,
light
well,
that
listen,
it's a Christmas
James, like,
classic.
Is it a
Well,
classic in any of those boxes? Or
It's an action classic,
okay.
but it just happens to take place on Christmas.
Yeah.
If I saw
Yeah.
if I saw Santa Claus at the Nakatomi building, take
When
out
was it
Hans
released?
Gruber. Then
It was
be,
in June, but Joel Silverman, the writer, intended it to be played every Christmas.
And I'd love to hear Santa goes, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!"
Oh.
Okay,
I think 3 holds up.
I'm going to
real
go
well,
action
too.
classic, and 3 is awesome.
Yeah.
3 is my favorite.
With Samuel
Absolutely.
Jackson.
Yeah, part 3 is an action classic. The first one I'm gonna put in classic in all 3 categories just because I do watch it every Christmas and I do love the sound design and villainy and all that. And the dialogue.
Hello, Mr. McLean. How are you?
Holy fucking shit, lady! Does it sound like I'm ordering a pizza? Sir, I'm going to tax you with the FCC. Fine, come here and arrest me.
And 2 is in between in more ways than 1. It's good, but
2
it's
is
not
a
as good
bad
as-
movie.
It's not as good as 1 or 3.
I'm glad you
Come on,
said
the
that
fir-
because we
Can I say
reviewed
this?
1 and 2.
Yep,
One,
absolutely. All you need is the
one is
return of
great.
movies. Yep.
1 is great because of one reason. That introduced the world to Reginald Vell Johnson, who
Yes,
became the
best
dad of
movie-
him. So we
best
got to
dad
say
ever.
this: his interaction with Bruce Willis is
Yeah.
great in that movie because you start to feel like, all right, I know how the cop feels.
That's
I
a
know how
real-
he's feeling,
Carl,
you know.
dude, Carl has been my on-screen dad. Like he's what I
Yeah.
want for an on-screen dad.
That is the
Like,
best.
he's my
cop
favorite on-screen
ever.
dad.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
You're right.
awesome.
They played that up in commercials.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes, they
yeah.
Isn't
did.
that a thing where he's the same character in about 10 movies?
Yeah,
There's a whole
Ghostbusters.
storyline you can
Hooch.
make with
Yeah.
his character. It's just,
Mhm.
and including the TV.
He's that cop that's everywhere, man. He's just
He's
yeah,
everywhere.
He's
Yep.
everywhere.
Family Matters, same guy.
Oh, nice. So here's a movie that was meant for Bruce Willis, but is a different kind of Die Hard movie. Leon the Professional.
I like
No, I'm gonna
No.
say no.
No,
I
it's
like
fine.
the movie.
I think it's an assassin movie classic, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
would put it because
I'm not gonna put it in classics.
because of the Lolita moments. I'm not sure it would age as
yeah.
well.
The Professional, I'm kind of uncomfortable watching because even though it's Natalie Portman,
It was
and
amazing back
yeah.
in the day, and nowadays we're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, Luc
Yeah,
Besson?
exactly. I agree. Exactly.
Yeah, I would say this. Gary Oldman was great in that movie, but
There you go.
you know,
But when is Gary Oldman not great?
I always say Gary Oldman's so good he
Yeah,
could be playing
good
you
question.
right now and you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know.
Exactly. Gary
Oh,
Oldman's he's amazing.
Yep. Okay, so The Intouchables, the
Oh!
2011 French comedy, The Intouchables.
Oh, not the Sean
Oh
Connery.
no, I haven't
No.
seen
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
think
so
I
I'm
know
gonna
that
say
one.
yes. Like I'm not kidding. This is a dialogue-based movie where a caretaker just becomes close friends with his disabled pal that he's caring for. He's an aristocrat. He's like a very poor just minority, and they just become the best of pals. Some people unfortunately have come to know about it because it got remade with Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart. I'm like, fuck no.
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna
watch
say
the-
it sounds a lot like the Kevin Hart Bryan
Watch
Cranston
the
movie.
I've never even seen it, and I never will.
I haven't either.
But the 2011, when I saw it was an 8.5, I kid you not, we got the family to this. This was just a blind rental from Redbox, and we were like, this is fucking funny. Like, just it's kind of like either version of the Birdcage. It's just one of those.
See,
movies.
they didn't play up the Bryan Cranston Kevin Hart one as like a comedy. They played it up more as a
Yeah.
like
Straight
at
up
least from what
drama.
I saw from the trailers
It's a
and everything,
dramedy at least.
it looked like a
but-
dramedy. Yeah.
but
It wasn't really supposed to be funny.
Yeah, this one, I don't know what it is about the French, man. They so that takes me to Amelie.
I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen that either.
Okay,
Oh, is that the
so
one where she doesn't talk?
no, she talks. She narrates Audrey Tautou.
All right, so I keep thinking, what's the one where she didn't talk? Just,
Nobody's talking.
So nobody's talking.
That's the one.
No one's talking. I think that's an Ozzy Osbourne thing. Oh, you're thinking on He Loves Me Not.
no.
Yes, that's the 2002 movie.
This is in the 90s. I remember they did a spoof on it on Saturday Night
This is
Live.
from 2001.
talking about with oh crap.
It's not a Marlene Matlin movie, James.
No,
Jodie
Marley
Foster
Matlin.
movie. You're not thinking
Yeah,
about the
you're
Jodie
thinking of
No.
Nell. Okay, so I would rank
Okay.
both those as a classic, but I'll let you guys take it away.
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
Me either.
Okay, so
I think we're
let's-
getting into like some obscure movies, and we're like,
okay,
"Ah,
so
no."
speaking of no talking, how about the silent movie Metropolis?
Classic.
I just from what I've seen
I
of the
haven't seen that
still
one
shots,
either.
it
I
looks
haven't
like
seen
it's
it.
great.
I think it's a silent movie classic, but it's not for everyone. But I do feel like the reason people remember it is just because the visuals really are compelling and stay with you like nightmare fuel. It's just...
I've always said this about Metropolis. Science fiction before then was cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
And some he basically blew up Fritz Lang took it and just said, fuck it. Let's just make everything big. When people see it, they're gonna be like, holy shit, does this really exist? And the thing you look at the most is number one, Maria the robot was actually somebody in the robot. It was her. It was the lady who played her. And the way they have the mad scientist.
Maybe I have seen this.
It's been referenced a lot in
Yeah.
other movies. Like often, if you see a dystopia city, chances are they probably saw Metropolis. But
yeah.
Okay, so we're getting a little scattershot here, but so I'll finish up the Ridley Scott, who is definitely a Metropolis fan. The first Blade Runner.
Yes.
Classic. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I would call it a classic. I don't think we weren't really huge fans of the movie. Like I was the first time I watched it, but then going back and revisiting it.
I know that's fine. I think it depends on which version of it you watch.
I would call it a classic though.
What would you call the classic version? The original release?
I would go with the final cut. I'm kind of
Final cut.
I agree. I would say final cut.
It depends. How do you feel about
the narration? Yeah.
Remove the narration and yeah.
I know of at least one person that was mad. He thought Harrison Ford whipped out at the end, but that was part of the character. And in it, he wasn't Indiana Jones. He wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It made me fall in love with wanting to be.
He was still a badass. He was still a badass.
Absolutely.
A badass who got his ass kicked.
It was kind of. I like the way and
Tears in Rain. Yeah, great last.
I can't believe that was all improvised. Can you believe that?
Oh, it was. Wow.
We're just like, so the movie would have just ended with him killing him. Oh, it would have been a robbery.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do you think Deckard was a replicant?
I've heard that theory. Yeah.
If you want to, I because it wasn't intended, I do not. However, if you look real closely in the final shot, you can see one of his eyes turning red.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna say no, he wasn't.
Yeah,
I
got to side with the only one in the script on this.
The only one the only one that said that he was a replicant was Ridley Scott.
Because that's just it. He took it too serious. Like he's having to be. I'm like, okay, a burnt out alcoholic detective who's got a robotic lifestyle isn't necessarily becoming a robot. But
right, exactly.
I love the scene when he's going through the picture and doing the different angles. That's really well shot and made. I love that.
Enhance.
With those,
the visuals, like the shots,
that's
really
every future
cinematography. The cinematography in
it's
that movie is
beautifully artistic movie.
Amazing,
beautiful.
Without it, Apple and Microsoft don't exist. Like
right.
every commercial, that's them.
Yeah.
So Gladiator.
Classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. No, see, I love it too, but every once in a while I will see people talk mad shit about this thing.
Really? Why?
They find it like too basic or something. I'm like, see, I love the whole.
I think for them it might be more of a slow buildup. Too much of a slow buildup for him. Maybe.
I mean, the fact that he's a leading general and he loses it all. He loses his family, and he's got to learn how to turn all the slaves against the emperor and his troops. It's just compelling
to me.
I know what I can't help every time think of Airplane though.
Oh my god!
Gladiator movies.
I saw it, but it always reminds me of Peter Graves in an Airplane.
You like Gladiator movies?
You like? I can never.
You don't like Gladiator movies? Oh my god!
The thing I gotta say about that.
Go ahead, James.
The thing I gotta say about that, it's like this. It was like watching Conan the Barbarian. When you think of the plot, the guy loses everything. He comes back. He's got to kill the emperor. Where Conan has to kill Thulsa Doom, who's a leader of a cult, but the emperor was the head of a cult too.
Yeah.
So, and the way they did a lot of callbacks to like certain things, like having Derek Jacobi in it, who's in I, Claudius, and Richard Harris, who playing there's a lot of things I loved in that movie that it brought the Sword and Sandal movie back. That's the great thing.
Absolutely.
And it infused more emotional context to it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It was that was where Ridley Scott kind of became Michael Mann 2.0, kind of just having the environment speak for everything. So
I think that it's a movie that people, if you want to trash on it, it's like you said, people have their own opinions, but just like opinions, everybody's got one.
I see a
like
lot of people
and sometimes they're full of shit. So
also speaking of Sword and Sandals, so we got Ben Hur on here.
Yeah. Which one? 25 or
the original.
We don't even talk about them.
There's no other version, James.
No, there is. There is. No, there is.
I know, but in our minds, there isn't.
Yeah, wait, isn't it way back in the silent era too?
Oh, that's right. It was a remake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So was 10 Commandments.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
The 10
Yeah, you're right.
remake.
I don't think I've seen that one, but is that with John Wayne? No, I guess not.
No. This has a similar Charlton Heston.
Charlton.
Yeah.
Heston,
Oh,
You're thinking of John
you're
Wayne
thinking
as
of the greatest story ever told.
maybe.
Yeah. But the thing about Ben Hur,
Got a cameo.
Yeah, 1959.
has a great lead in Charlton Heston, Stephen Boyd playing Masala.
Yes.
You've got the guy. What's his name from the man from Hong Kong, the guy who played the
James. Oh
no. Who is
Okay.
it?
Well, either way, that guy. So
That guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have the class list in front of me. I think it's a classic. I see people sometimes shit on it just because all the epic stuff happens in the last 20 minutes. But see, I like how it's not very preachy. It's just all the various stars have chemistry, and it's not trying to recreate all the biblicalness to it, and just but it gets an A+ from me just for the art direction alone. I mean, they had to create that soundstage.
I'd consider
Frank Thring.
I would agree.
Frank Thring.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Frank Thring. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gil and Mike and I discussed this recently. I'll let you guys determine this. Lawrence of Arabia.
Yes.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Never seen it.
my sister hates this movie. It's a classic in my mind. I just every frame of it, all the sound, the hero not knowing what he wants until halfway through, and again, I see a lot of people, they hate all the endless traveling in the desert. I'm like, that's the movie. That's where he becomes a man.
Takes place in Arabia.
What else would you want in this day and
Yeah.
age? And we've already, for more on that, listen to our episode this coming soon. It's just so there's countless Tarantino, Coen brothers, Scorsese, and Christopher Nolan movies on here. I'll let you guys kind of sum up what you would actually put on there, if any.
Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I would put that as a classic.
All of Quentin Tarantino.
No. Destiny turns out.
You guys feel free to disagree, but okay, so I have to pick one.
Yeah, just to pick one. There's not enough room in this town for all of us. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I know you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna choose two here, but Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with those movies.
No, that's fine.
I
Yeah.
put those in
They're
there.
right here behind me.
I would put that as an action classic. Yeah. Okay.
said this-
Absolutely.
I've said
Any
this
of you
before,
got anything else to say? Yeah.
Now's the fucking time.
There you go. I was gonna let you.
Yeah.
My cousin actually has a small part at the very beginning of part 2.
Really?
Yeah, she's
he one of the
just a
church
lady
lords that
sitting
gets
at a
slaughtered?
bar.
Okay.
She's just a lady sitting at a bar in the scene right next, and Sid Haig is on the other side of her.
Holy shit.
behind the
shit.
bar.
Oh, really? Really?
All right.
That's
Jigs.
awesome. Good for yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Sid
My-
fucking Haig.
And then Michael Madsen's also, he's on the other side of the bar, and she's
Yep.
just sitting there with her legs
I
up.
promise you,
on the
I'm gonna
bar
try
stool.
and get him on the show. Love that
If
man.
you get him on the show, you invite us back, all right?
I promise you that too. Through hell and
Once
back.
Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't bad either.
What?
Well, Once Upon a
I
Time in
agree.
Hollywood.
I agree. That's
No.
why it's hard for me to choose because I love all of them.
No, it's fine. Okay.
But Kill Bill is my favorite.
Well, that's how. I mean, I didn't understand the title till I saw the end of the movie, and then it really is
right.
a fairy tale.
Yeah.
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 I just love how he teases you the whole time. He's just like, And that's how he died.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember
You're
I saw
expecting
my
a bunch of knife
brother.
fights, and you're like,
I saw my brother Cliff, and we're watching, and the scene with Sharon Tate watching herself in the movie. Cliff goes, she's not gonna die, is she?
It's an
I love it
alternate-
because he takes history and he turns it on its head.
in
He
our
did the same
mind,
thing with Inglorious Bastards.
and he technically keeps her safe if he's there on the night that Manson's coming.
And the thing is, it's so brutal, but it's so hilarious what happens to the killers. It's like,
Oh God, yeah.
exactly.
we were laughing. I mean, it was so over the top. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God.
And it's the funny part: the girl who got sprayed down with the flamethrower, just go underwater.
Just go.
You'd have been fine. You'd have been fine.
Oh my
like
God.
you're in the pool. Like
You might as
that's-
well, baby.
That's
So
the whole thing of in a lot of Hollywood movies. There's an easy escape,
right.
But
I
you
will
gotta
say
shoot, you
this.
gotta shoot, yeah.
I will say this. I like the fact that Sharon Tate's family did like it.
That's good. Yeah.
That
Really?
they were,
We don't
that
talk about
Margot
Bruce
Robbie
Lee's
did a
family.
good job also.
So there's a lot of Spielberg on here. But I get that some people will like it, but it's a one-time only thing. I'm gonna go with which of the Indiana Jones trilogy would you put on here, or do you just think those are action classics but not movie classics?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Raiders.
I'm already gonna go
and-
with Raiders.
I would
yeah.
agree.
Raiders.
Okay.
Raiders and
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom's a horror classic though. But
Yeah.
Oh God, that
we
he
are
bent the
going
envelope plus.
to
Bent the
die.
envelope plus with that sacrifice scene. That was
Yeah.
something. I got a true
Molly
story.
Ram.
I felt like he was
Molly
listening to a
Ram.
lot of songs. I held your heart in my arms. Is that how it goes? So Christopher Nolan, he's got a lot of divisive ones on here. I'm gonna just ask. Inception.
I wasn't
Yes.
that impressed with
I
it.
wasn't
Yeah,
either. I didn't
it was-
care.
I
It was
think it's a
too
sci-fi, Jim, but it's not a
mind-fucking.
classic.
I agree. It's
Now-
not a classic.
Now the Dark Knight movies.
Yes, put those first one.
No, actually, the second
One
one
and
would
two.
be better.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
Batman's Begins on there. Night, I think, is decent. It's a very awesome performance with a lot of plot holes. Rises that you can keep that in the can. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first two are good.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's. I mean, he was a great
Oh,
Joker.
man.
But
Yeah,
I,
it
just,
was
I,
one
I
of
don't, I
those-
don't. I don't like Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah.
don't
I'm gonna
like him
say
as
no
Batman.
for all of them. Just
It
because of that.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It was one
Well,
of
I
those.
had the first Batman with Keaton on my list. I think that
Yeah,
whole
fair enough. That-
and Nicholson. Yeah.
that-
You
that's
guys are
a
gonna
ne-
hate me for this, but I'm a Ben Affleck guy.
No, I like.
No, I
No, Ben Affleck.
I think
Ben
he did a
Affleck was
great
good.
job. Yeah.
I think
I'll
they
say
did him-
the extended release of Justice League, I would say, is a good movie, not a classic,
Yeah.
but a good movie.
See, that's the sad part is I don't even care about Zack Snyder's movies.
No,
I
it's
I
fine.
didn't care for him that much, but
Well,
him as
see-
Batman was great. And,
I was
and
gonna
everybody,
say-
everybody he
good.
got cast in there for the roles are amazing. I just didn't
Yeah.
like.
The
I didn't
scene-
like the movies.
James.
Let's
go ahead.
not
The
talk
scene-
about Daredevil though.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let James start.
The scene that got me the most liking Affleck as Batman was when he broke into the warehouse
Yes,
and he just thoroughly
brutalized
beat the
them.
shit out of
Yeah.
everybody. And
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
And the name of the docs is Nicholson Docs.
That's
yeah.
funny.
That was a
But the
fun
thing
Easter.
the thing
Good
that reminded
callback.
me of is the Dark Knight, the comic book, The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
where he
Frank
goes in
Miller.
and he just beats the shit out of people.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about it. It was
'Cause-
Batman raw.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was him at his like tipping point, pretty much.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
The Jacked Up Review Show podcast is honored to be part of the Blind Knowledge Podcast Network. Join anytime, talk the talk, and enjoy yourselves. There's something enlightening for everyone with this crowd of cool cats. Check them out. Absolutely.
Well, it was him, playing Batman middle-aged, and it worked for me, but they did not do him very good service with those movies. Yeah,
absolutely.
It was after his loss of what's Todd which Robin was it? Something Todd.
Jason Todd.
The one who
Jason Todd.
With the fans voted to kill him.
Yeah, and he lost his shit. So that's what Zack Snyder was pulling from. And I get the brutalization of the, he didn't have a problem with killing people.
Absolutely.
So.
It's a hell of a vigilante movie. Okay, so I'm gonna just wrap up with like a few others here. Casablanca.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I would say so.
I think it's a hell of a gem. I could understand if someone's just like, hey, it's just people talking, but the only people I think might not like it are just ones who kind of like when Dark Knight came out, like the hype killed it for you, but you slowly warmed up to it.
Yeah.
Because I think the problem with film history books, people will instantly just say, oh, it's amazing, but not explain any of the subtext or why it's stellar. They're just like, you gotta like it or else. I'm like, well, then you just alienated your crowd.
1937.
If you put a gun up to their head, they're still not going to agree with you. Well, who knows? Maybe they will, but it's not legit.
My favorite thing about Casablanca is you watch it and you go, oh, I can't believe they said that. That's such a cliche. And also you realize this is where it started. Every movie,
so it wasn't really the cliche then.
It wasn't a cliche then.
Right.
Yeah.
It created it, or other people did it worse. I mean,
and then
it goes back to Alien.
Like, oh, what's next?
Yeah. They didn't create bad movies. They just did it well, and everyone else bastardized it. The Apartment.
I like it.
See that.
I think you guys will love it, especially if you like. You guys have mentioned a lot of one location movies. I think you'll legit love that one.
It's the one with.
It's Jack Lemmon. It's
Fred McMurray, Shirley MacLaine.
Didn't they remake that with Ben Stiller?
No. But it did become. Or actually, I'm thinking of The Odd Couple. The Odd Couple, they've done versions of. Yeah, you might be thinking of Duplex. I'm sure it's a reference.
Yeah, that's right. Duplex. That's what it was. Sorry.
Heat.
Classic.
No.
I'd say it's a classic.
I like it.
Okay, so I was like, it's okay growing up, but I think it's a heist movie classic, if that makes sense. It's not. You got to see it because there's going to be plenty of times where you're like,
but if you like heist movies, you got to see this.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just because there's no clean getaway and just realize, I think other people kind of like Dark Knight. Everyone was distracted by the two leads trying to chew the scenery, but it is fun kind of seeing how they're two sides of the same coin. They're both former Marines.
Yeah.
I
gotta wear my lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta wear a bicycle mask.
I have heard that De Niro and Pacino are actually not sitting together. It's intercut. Is that true or not?
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a urban legend or is that true?
I thought they did shoot some scenes together, but I wouldn't be surprised if some stuff they had to reshoot because there was a lot of improv though, so that's why.
When they go out for dinner or let's talk over coffee, that they're actually not in this scene. They shot them separately.
A little bit of it.
They had to put me in a high chair.
And I got a great ass. So, and that's where that line comes from, by the way. So one Scorsese movie on here. There's a lot of them here that will divide us all, but Taxi Driver.
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a classic.
It's a twisted classic, but it's a classic.
Don't watch it at 2 a.m. It'll give you nightmares.
I went to the same high school as Paul Schrader. 9 years later, I got to meet him once. And
no way.
Yeah.
Went to the same high school, really?
How?
Not at the same time. But
Jewish
teachers talked about him.
Oh, you son of a bitch! How you doing?
But I did talk to him about that. I'm being a Springsteen fan. I said, "Is it true that De Niro got the 'Are you talking to me' riff from Bruce Springsteen?" He goes, "No, Bruce stole it from him."
Whoa!
And he also told me that it was. He said the direction and the writing was just talk to the mirror, and De Niro improvised it. But he also said, Schrader said that there was a waiter at a restaurant that they'd go to that would do that. Are you talking to me? He's joking around.
Holy shit!
So yeah,
Wow.
So that's the inside scoop.
I'll say
that's from Schrader himself. I'm not making that up.
That's pretty awesome.
I'll say this about Taxi Driver. When you look at the movies that him and De Niro did, it goes, Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, New York, I'm out on. It goes to King of Comedy, which I thought was a phenomenal movie. Then they went again with Goodfellas and Casino. I think that to me is probably like one of the best movies a director and a star can do together. Taxi Driver,
especially considering how they they're killing themselves. Scorsese's having to have De Niro help him get rid of his drug habit, and De Niro's losing so much weight. Okay, so
I forgot Raging Bull too.
It's like a Renegade Beetle album.
There's so many to choose
bang.
from.
Yeah, one after the other.
So I'm trying to cut it down because otherwise we'll be here all night. But
too much fun.
If only time was on our side. Sunset Boulevard.
Classic.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, okay, no, I've never seen that one either.
It's a noir classic, for long story short. And
it is on my list.
You may find it predictable because so many people have fucking ripped it off. From the narration to having to be in a mansion to having to be sleazy side of Hollywood, just everything. And
have Carol Burnett do one of her famous roles.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Miss Desmond. Max, I want you to get the car, Max.
Yeah, there's a dead monkey. Braveheart.
Yes.
Yes. I would say it's a classic. Yes.
So growing
Braveheart.
up, it was a classic. Nowadays, oof.
Is it more because of Mel Gibson? And
don't get me wrong. I think Mel Gibson was a terrible Scotsman.
But take off freedom.
But the fucking movie's amazing. I can't help it.
No,
and
it's
the
fine.
ending
It was. I've kind of figured it out. It was kind of an experience movie. And then when everyone went back, they're like, nothing else is really fascinating about it other than just how the battles were staged.
So I think one of the things that makes it a classic for me is whenever I was in high school, we had this big house party. And my buddy was so drunk. I think Karen, you might remember this. But
this girl.
Her husband at the time had to talk our buddy. He was in the bathtub. We're pretty sure he might have had alcohol poisoning, and he was just screaming freedom at the top of his lungs.
Oh God, yes.
So it was one of those things where like he made that movie memorable to me forever.
There you go.
I thought you were gonna say he was doing. Your guys were gonna get him in the bathtub, and you got him, and you're walking him out. You said, "You guys ever hear of Edward and Longshanks?" And you just like, well, go stand by the window, and I'll tell you what happens.
Oh my God, that's great.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're about to wrap it up, but so Rashomon, out of all the Akira Kurosawa movies we could list on here, this is known for having the free versions, and only one of them is the truth mystery angle.
Good movie.
Never seen
Classic
it.
movie, yeah.
Okay, so I think it's a mystery classic. Now, growing up, I was like, it's good. It's not as great, but it grows on you just because nowadays it's been much like the other movies we just mentioned, especially Sunset. Hollywood has kind of bastardized it by making the violence and implied rape graphic, or just try to play around and then come up with a plot twist that contradicts everything. So it's another movie, kind of like Alien and all these other ones, where it does it so well that unfortunately a lot of people remember all the knockoffs.
Right.
But it's a classic. It's
like Clue. All right. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I say what happened. Everyone just went silent all of a sudden.
I was wondering if you were asking about other movies, or
I said different points of view. Yeah, like Clue.
Oh, like Clue. Okay, I thought you were saying who? Who?
Yeah.
No, I understood what you meant, like Clue, like
I like Clue. Yeah, it is kind of like Clue.
Night Way Off, or did Citizen Kane use the Rashomon device when they were trying to figure out Kane's life?
Oh, that was before.
That was before, but
okay, Night Way Off.
Okay, so
Rashomon ripped off Citizen. No, I'm not saying that, but
so there you go.
I'm thinking of something else.
That's a perfect one of the final ones to choose. So Citizen Kane, it's a good movie.
Yes,
classic.
I don't think it's a classic.
Did we mention that
movie.
before we got in here? Citizen Kane's going to be on this on this list.
I find it more fun to talk about than to actually watch nowadays.
You can watch it with the sound off. It's amazing. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. I think it's a good movie.
It broke the rules.
To me, it's forgettable.
I wouldn't go that far. Jeez, that's fine. It's fine.
I've watched it 3 times and it doesn't stick with me.
It's okay.
But the thing I love about
but I will say it is a classic from the definition of a classic, because so many people do find it as a
people
classic.
consider it a perfect movie. I don't see it as a perfect movie, man.
No, it's not perfect.
I've got to say this. You have Orson Welles coming out of the Mercury Theater. You know, he'd done War of the Worlds, 1937.
Yeah.
You know, he's brought to Hollywood. He decides to make a movie. And it's basically a veiled autobiography of William Randolph Hearst.
Yep.
Who had a lot of pull in that time. He hires Greg Toland to be the cinematographer. So where movies were basically just like one camera on the scene, cameras are going up, down, you know, there's Dutch angles, all that stuff. He has the script written, him and Wolf Mankiewicz are writing it, you know, and the way it's done is there's different points of view. You know, the way everything is done in that movie was so well thought out. And I've always said about the ending was just like, it's about a what? You know?
Yeah, bicycle. And it brought awareness. It brought awareness to, and it also brought us awareness of Governor Hearst, who you've seen depicted in shows like Deadwood.
Yeah. But you got William Randolph Hearst. William Randolph. The story goes, William Randolph Hearst. The reason why it was called Rosebud, that's what William Randolph Hearst called Marion Davies' hoo-ha. Supposedly from what
I have
Wells heard.
Yeah.
But if you ever watch Saturday Night Live, they did a sequel called Citizen Kane 2.
No.
So the joke is they're doing everything. Dan Aykroyd is playing a very good version of, you know, he's doing his best Orson Welles. And,
where he breaks character. Yeah.
You know, and you know, Chevy Chase is playing Jed Leland, you know, and you know, John Belushi is playing, you know, the little mousy guy. But there's a part where there's a guy named Henri says, "Who ordered?" And like getting worse because he said, "What did he say?" He says, "Rosebud, Henri with mustard." And he goes, Henri, good to see you. Who ordered? And you can't worse. Who ordered the roast beef on rye with mustard? And he's like, "Oh, that's what he said." And then they start to laugh. They're like, "Yeah, Rosebud."
Freaking Rosebud.
Roast beef on rye with mustard. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Great stuff.
But
that's classic. That's classic SNL though, man.
Oh god, yeah.
SNL ain't been the same since.
I've got the 5 seasons on DVD. I'm going to watch them next winter again.
I kind of lost track after the first 20 years.
Citizen Kane.
You are wise.
For 1944 was it? 41. Kane is a son of a bitch, and that was rare for a movie to.
Yeah.
The character is just an absolute asshole, you know.
Yeah.
That's very groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah.
It makes him go from this simple country boy who's basically shooed away from his parents because they have a
feel
shitload
sorry
of
for
money.
him, and then you don't. Yeah.
I never felt sorry for him.
He becomes
he's a little shit.
You know, I always said one thing like I actually went to San Simeon where William Randolph Hearst lived.
What?
Up in yeah.
You gotta tell me about
I went to San Simeon, and my mother goes to me, she says, "You know, Jay, when you watch Citizen Kane, look at this, look at Xanadu, palatial home of Charles Foster Kane, price, no one can say. And you watch. That's what it was like. You were walking into fucking Charles Keynes' house, and all I could think about was William Randolph Hearst dying in some off part of that of that house. Going terrorist. But the thing I always said about Citizen Kane is I watched it like 5 times in college.
Yeah.
I was with my friend Randy the first time we watched it. He didn't get it. I got it. It was basically, and like you said, he's a son of a bitch. He goes from this nice guy, marries this girl who's the niece of the president, and then he falls in love with this, this barroom floozy, and he's running for governor, and he's as I George Boss Jim Geddes will say, and then at the, they're like, well, Mr. Kane, looks like you're gonna have your problems. It shows pictures of him, and like, it's just like the guy, and then she has a singing debut which falls apart. People laugh at her and shit. He's like, I paid for singing on you. He just goes ape shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
he goes
does.
nuts. And
it's Orson Welles in a handbag. Yeah.
Here on their protest is beef burgers. We know a place in the American Southwest where Charlie Briggs raises the cattle. You want me to say raise the cattle? That's what I always said about Orson Welles. He went from being, Amberson's, Touch of Evil, Citizen Kane, to doing like Parmesan wine, frozen food commercials, because he wanted to make a movie. He's like, the French good champagne when they have one. You have to watch the Orson Welles commercial outtakes one day.
That is a
to
good
get what
one.
I'm talking about. Yeah,
and he was the voice of the Shadow on radio. I mean, the guy
was.
Orson Welles is one of the most fascinating people in pop culture.
And we all need to find all those lost movies.
Yeah. Anyway,
so the first 2 Terminators.
Both of them, classic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say yes.
Absolute classics, because
for separate reasons, but yes, they're both.
Absolutely,
both
the
classics.
first is a '80s robot slasher. The other is fight to the death. But
it's funny because my daughter is 16 years old, and she actually liked the first one more than the second one.
No, it's fine.
She loved it. She was like,
and just revolutionary. How to make a proper low budget movie and how to make a proper big budget movie.
Yeah.
No difference in quality.
People miss making him a good guy. It seems like doomed for disaster, but they pulled it off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, because the fact that he's the robot and program.
The damsel is smart. The warrior is weak. It's just
It was definitely the movie that solidified him as an action hero legend.
Every other supernatural action horror movie would rip it off, where you got the cops who don't believe, and then a SWAT team gets slaughtered by the supernatural entity.
Yeah. About him being a legend. I mean, I can't remember which one came first. Was it Terminator or was it Conan?
Conan came first. Yeah, definitely.
Conan was 1982. Terminator was 83, 84.
That's what I thought.
84.
But I'm saying
Hercules
like Terminator
in New York.
2.
70.
Yeah.
Terminator 2 definitely put him in that he created entire.
He can do nothing wrong.
Yeah, new like genre on his own.
He can make the worst movie of all time, and we'll still love him.
Exactly.
You mean Raw Deal?
Ouch. Damn.
I like Raw Deal.
I love that movie. How dare you? It's an Arnold classic. So Richard Linklater's Sunset trilogy.
Oh yeah, I saw the first
one. And then After Midnight. Yeah. So I'm gonna say yes. Like everyone should totally check them out. Just
go back one.
They're very real.
Such enriching dialogue.
Yeah.
They actually had chemistry, and it wasn't this is a perfect example of how to make such a sexual movie without having any actual on-screen sex. Like, this is a perfect romance movie. Like, guys will love it, girls will love it. There's no gender wars. It's a rarity. Nowadays, if you did this, you'd have trolls online and bad marketing and misrepresentation of someone would get hurt in the process. And this is like a rarity. This is made for the art house crowd, but it's a mainstream art house movie.
But I'll go back one further.
Okay.
The one, Dazed and Confused. That's a classic movie. That's a classic movie to me.
I think it's
all right.
Yeah,
It's
a McConaughey classic.
It was in that era. I was in high school in the 70s. Yeah,
I completely understand why people love it. I'm in the middle on that one. It's
McConaughey's creepy.
He is.
Yeah,
he's very creepy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what he likes about young high school girls. He keeps getting older and
they stay the same age.
Jesus.
Yeah, see, now that shit don't fly nowadays.
No.
It never did.
It depends on how much money you have.
Yeah,
that is also true, unfortunately. Bastards of America.
And the whole thing with Ben Affleck spanking, that was just odd.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a good coming of age movie.
It's decent, but
it's all right.
I wouldn't call it a classic.
It might be a pothead classic, but I can't.
I think it's overrated.
I don't even think it would be considered a pothead. Well, yeah, maybe.
They're pretty stoned.
I think Fast Times at Ridgemont High though is a better coming of age.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Fair enough. All right.
I agree.
So Stand By Me.
Oh, I like that one.
Classic.
It's
a classic.
Yeah. Hey, kid, give us the body.
Same Stephen King book as Shawshank. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That was a short story.
Great performance by Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah, they all great. Yeah, they all did great. I'd say it's a classic. Yeah.
All right. So, The Exorcist.
Never saw
Classic.
I'm not a fan, but yeah, it's a classic.
Okay, so good movie, not a classic, but iconic. Very well acted.
I like your idea more.
It's not.
It's iconic.
Scary.
It's not scary.
Do not give me that shit.
It's not scary.
It's scary
on our podcast, though. Yeah, on our podcast, we don't like exorcism movies and stuff. You'll hear me say it all day. I just don't like them. Whereas Karen and Eric, they're fans of them, and I'm always
Eric
like
more so than me. I think that I mean,
it's
I think they have their place in horror, and if they're done right, if they're done right, they're good. But they're so oversaturated nowadays, and they're very rarely done right.
Another one. He's got another one.
I think that is true. He's getting typecast now. But I think the big issue is much like Hellraiser and The Omen, they get continually ripped off. So next thing you know, you're just like, what made it good in the first place? Since they're doing the same tropes.
Well, I'm gonna say this. There's a movie called Repossessed that came out.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yep.
No, that's a Leslie Nielsen classic.
That is hilarious. That is freaking hilarious.
I mean, Linda Blair kind of was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll make fun of myself. And then the new one that came out, the new Exorcist that came out, she appears at the end of the movie. Oh shit, I just ruined it. If you didn't see it.
It's fine. I'm never going to see it.
You didn't really need to see it.
So did David Gordon Green actually bow out of those movies? He was supposed to do 2 more, and he's like, "No, I'm going to."
I think he realized he fucked up. Anyway,
stop letting him do trilogies.
That's a wonderful idea. So here's one that has kind of
horror. Good shit to do.
Just go back to doing comedy.
Your own shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Do comedies or come up with your own shit. Quit ruining everybody else's.
Yeah.
So here's one that has some horror elements, but is more of a fantasy adventure. The original Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Classic.
It's got to be you can't not consider that.
Yeah, it's
like it or hate it. It's
a total genre classic. I just think it's very rare.
You can be polarized by it, but it's definitely a classic.
Was it one of the first ones to go color?
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, it starts out as black and white.
Yeah. It was one of the ones that popularized Technicolor, I think. But anyway, yeah.
Technicolor.
I thought that's why I went color midway, was because it they were filming and then color became a thing, and they decided.
I think it's a pretty good movie
for that.
For a film that has 20 directors, it's pretty good.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's one of the these days you wouldn't see that. You know,
these days you'd be like, "Holy shit, what happened?"
Reshooting, doing Zack Snyder stuff for
the Directors Guild is gonna love finding the studio.
What was it supposed to be? It was supposed to be Victor Fleming, and then he left to do.
A lot of people kept leaving or getting fired or doing assistant directing. So yeah,
I heard that set was a complete mess, though.
Oh God, yes.
Complete
There's
mess.
so much.
My
oh
aunt and
gosh.
uncle back when they lived in Waxahachie, they met Lance Henriksen and a bunch of other guys at a convention, and they kept meeting all these different actors who, during the zombie march, that claimed to be like relatives of the Munchkins growing up, and they're like, "Well, how would you know?" You know,
Right? Yeah.
anyone can say that.
I've got real quick. I got a book by Danny Perry where he tons of movie reviews. He says it's off, and this has stayed with me ever since I read it, and I love playing this game. It's often been joked around Hollywood that every movie made since 1939 includes some reference to the Wizard of Oz, and it's amazing how often it does happen.
Yeah.
The Avengers,
I believe that.
The Avengers, like Captain America. I know that winged monkey reference.
Mike.
I'm melting with the Joker and Batman. It goes on and on and on. You know, in TV shows too.
It's a
Yeah,
twist.
I would believe that. Yeah.
Sure.
Who can forget that 1982 classic, Under the Rainbow?
Yeah.
Oh my
Chevy
God.
Chase and Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams are
God,
walking into the
deliver.
cornfield. I'm melting. Somebody says that. You know, it's amazing.
Oh my
It happens
God.
a lot.
Billy Barty was in that too, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, another role lost by Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, stop. Oh my God. Okay, so speaking of short people, The Help.
The Help?
Yeah, the 2011 movie.
The one with like Emma Stone in that.
Yeah.
No.
I just live for the sign, the pie scene. That's all.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of manipulative.
I hate to say it,
honestly,
guys,
you talk about pie scenes. I think American Pie is more of a classic.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So
based on where I'm sitting right now, East Grand Rapids.
This is not a classic, and I'll tell you why. When every black person is in a derogatory role, and when you can't tell Bryce Dallas Howard apart from Jessica Chastain, your movie's in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Two great actresses, and
that was
very
great.
them up. You're like, who? Hi, wait, what?
Which one?
Yeah.
Who's on first?
Now let's play a game. Which one is more whiter?
White as fuck.
It brought us the term MILF. I know that.
Oh no, that was
was that around before?
Yes.
It was
okay.
I think American Pie.
That's the first I heard of it.
Popularized it. So I'm gonna close this out. Dances with Wolves.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I liked it better when it was a man called Horse.
Yes.
I liked it more.
Richard Harris.
No, I don't think
whitewashed, but it's a good Richard Harris movie. Yeah.
I liked it more with the blue aliens in space.
Avatar.
So there's another question: is Avatar a classic?
No.
Okay.
The video game.
So
it's a video game. Oh, I like that.
I completely agree.
3D video game.
It ruined video games by becoming a movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dances with Wolves. We saw that in a history class one day. We were killing some time after school, and I had never seen a less interested class watching a war or history epic.
Oh,
it was just like we're just like, what is he fucking doing on the horizon? No. Hey, is that the cop who gets his ear taken off in Reservoir Dogs shooting at him? No, what? Okay.
I watched it one time with some friends, and I'm like,
did you dub the whole movie? Like, let's make up our own soundtrack.
My buddy who's like part American Indian was going, this is such fucking bullshit.
This is some white shit. Mary McDonald's a great actress, but you gave her the worst name ever. Walks with a fist. I'm pretty sure that's not
Walks with a.
I said.
Action. What?
There's two movies. There's two movies we need to watch. If you want to watch a white
as fuck movie.
No. I'm saying you want to watch a guy become part of the Indians. Watch A Man Called Horse and Little Big Man.
Yeah,
watch those two movies.
Way better. And we mean that unsarcastically, like just legit fun movies. Oh my god.
And as far as like, you're talking about Kevin Costner in that movie, and if you compare like Tombstone to Wyatt Earp, who's going to pick?
Yeah.
Michael Madsen.
I'd rather have fucking Kurt Russell play Wyatt Earp than
I forget which movie Michael
Tombstone's a fuck.
Madsen.
That should have been on your list of classics because
Tombstone is. I think we. Yeah. Well, I considered it a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, it's a Kurt Russell Kilmer classic.
Yeah,
but what's funny is Michael Madsen hates having done Wyatt Earp because he missed out on so many other parts. He's like, so I got to bore audiences for 3 hours while everyone else went and saw Tombstone instead. I fucking hate my life.
Oh, poor guy.
It's all good. Tarantino's helping him out.
Is he though? I'm pretty sure Michael Madsen just did a movie with where a bunch of he plays a bad guy, and all of the
I was getting ready to say
Universal monsters team up against him.
I think
Dracula, and it's I don't even know if I think it's out now, but it's like a straight to video movie.
I need to see this. You totally sold me on this. Just crazy.
It's very much a B-rated movie. And,
I'm down. I don't even know what
Coming
it is.
Coming to Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah.
And the Wolfman and all them team up to
I am
take
I'm
him
a huge
down.
B-rated fan.
He took Dracula's daughter or bride or something like that, and I don't know.
I need to know the name.
Sounds like
I'm looking it up when I get home. I'm in.
I know.
I'm surprised Tony Todd and one of those other Scream Queens aren't in it. That's great.
No, Barbara
Lynn Shay and all these
Barbara
Crampton.
Yeah.
There you go. From Full Moon Entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Castle Freak.
Oh my god.
Such a good movie.
From the creators of Puppet Master. Love it.
Dracula's Revenge.
The sad thing
Wolfman tells Frankenstein to get off his lawn.
Get off my fucking lawn.
Stop
by the way,
on my lawn.
Oh my god, well, the funny thing is Gran Torino is on this list.
Oh god.
Oh god.
No, I don't think it's a classic.
I don't think it's anywhere near a classic.
It's a great movie, but
unless it's the only Eastwood movie you've seen, I don't see how you would put it as a classic.
Yeah, I don't think it's a classic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
he reminds me of too many of the men that live in my town who basically, when they see somebody walk by, they go, "Oh God, they moved in."
They moved in. The Mel Karen is the good guy. Yeah, the hero of the movie.
He's always looking so angry all the time, just sitting on his porch
I call it.
If I was 80 years old and constipated all the time,
I guess so.
It's funny. I've got a neighbor like that who's that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's very much stay off my lawn. It's
consider it,
dude, your dog shits on your lawn. Who cares if kids walk through it?
Yeah, we're doing you a favor. We're giving you shits and giggles, literally. So,
look, you old fuck, take some Metamucil and chill out.
Metamucil. If you think about it, it's technically the third Grumpy Old Men movie.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So goddamn. Walter Matthau in Gran Torino. You goddamn spooks, get off my lawn.
Oh my god.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Clint Eastwood does great. It has a great message of acceptance and things like that. It's great.
Fire. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Which is also a fantastic
classic.
All right, I've got the poster right here. Actually,
it's a Denzel classic. Here's a legit Eastwood movie that I think most of us might like, but you never know. And it's got James's favorite Richard Harris, Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Yes. Great movie. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. No issues for me. That I have had the most head scratching time having to explain to people this is an anti-violent movie because all of them remember the violence. I'm like, but it's not coming to that. It's supposed to be a simple bounty hunter who helps out his family.
Yep.
And people get distracted by all the violence and they think, oh, it's a violent movie. I'm like, it's an anti-violent movie.
You're missing the point entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like the way Bonnie and Clyde did not romanticize gangsters.
Yeah, you were supposed to hate them. And I see other people saying, I hate that.
Halfway through the movie, you realize, oh, this sucks. No, I don't mean the movie sucks. I mean,
no, I know what you meant.
Natural Born Killers.
Bang,
oh, there you go. Yeah.
People who hated Natural Born Killers, you missed the point entirely.
It shows the brutal reality of that.
Why are they reality stars? Because how else would you hate them?
Yeah.
They're exploiting themselves, and they're too stupid to even realize that.
So, am I supposed to actually enjoy what the Kardashians are doing?
I mean, if you're free to.
No, I don't.
200 million people watch it for who knows how many freaking seasons.
Well, for whatever reason,
whatever they do.
Yes.
I think they're watched because people are they're not done making fun of them. That's all that is.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yep.
Quit making stupid people famous.
I agree.
Fuck you, Hollywood. Why do you do this?
Yeah, why do you do this to us?
I think that about covers it, guys. I think we have nuked. We have rocked the cash bar. We have
We need to
nuked
do
the
this again.
fridge.
Honestly, I think we definitely shook the cage.
We shook the cage. Let's rattle it some more and see what falls out.
Yep.
Piggy bank.
How about this?
Man,
We ask
coin.
everybody what their favorite classic is.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go, what is a classic you cannot live without?
Can I go?
Yeah.
It's
We were talking about The Godfather, and there's a gangster movie that doesn't romanticize.
Pennies from Heaven. That's a music.
Yeah.
A gangster movie. I
That
know.
doesn't romanticize gangster life. Once Upon a Time in America.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
An ugly. I don't relate to those characters.
I need
but
to re-see it.
It's a long. I got the 4.5 hour cut, I think.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
It's got a wonderful score from Ennio Morricone, but it doesn't make you want to be a gangster in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Fair enough.
And that's what's great
All
about
right.
it. That's what's great about it. It doesn't soft sell it.
There you go. Ferris
And
Bueller's Day Off.
they're terrible people. They're awful people.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is your classic.
That's my classic.
All right. All right.
I don't get me wrong. Roderick has not done anything relevant since, but it's just it's
He
just
did
one.
Godzilla.
There you go. There you go. But it spoke to me. I know a high school movie is really legit good when people can relate to it in any generation.
Oh
like,
yeah.
The principal is hysterical.
Yep.
Just all his sister trying to catch him in the act and get into other chaotic stuff at the police station. It's
Pardon
just
my French, Rooney, but you're an asshole.
yes, the prank calls at the and
Well,
I used to work valet, so I instantly always thought of this scene when they hijack his Ferrari
Oh
to the
yeah.
Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
theme. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So Joseph and Karen, I'll let you choose. What are your legit? What's a movie you could not live without that you're just like that's a legit
Oh man,
5-star
it's
movie?
hard. It's really hard for us.
You're on an island. It's the only movie you can pick. Like, what's one that you cannot leave the house without?
Oh, like if I have to watch a movie over and over again?
Yeah.
Fifth Element.
Boom. Nice.
Yeah, she's a huge Fifth Element fan. I'm
Awesome.
gonna say, man, it's almost a toss up between Predator and The Thing. I'm
Nice.
gonna go with
Lovely.
The Thing. I'm gonna think I'm gonna
Monster
go with The Thing.
classics. Nice.
Yeah,
Carpenters or Hawks?
Carpenter.
Okay.
Yeah, Carpenter.
One of
all the way.
if you think about it, it's one of the best remakes. You think
It
about
is. It's one,
Yeah.
definitely one of the best remakes.
because it
I
stands on
agree.
its own.
That's a good
It's
one.
a rare
Yep.
thing, yeah.
All right, James.
I think The Thing.
Or no, Karen.
For me-
you yeah, Karen, you go, and then James, you go.
For me, it's
Or actually,
it's
she already went. Okay, okay.
it's a toss up between two movies that are so diametrically apart. One is Robert Altman's 1972's Brewster McCloud with Bud Cort, Shelley Duvall, about a guy who wants to fly in the Astrodome.
Oh wow.
And it just kind of spoke. It was kind of like one of those movies. I was just out of high school. I was in junior college, but Encore was on, and they played this thing incessantly. I just fell in love with this movie. The second one is Sergei Eisenstein's 1937 movie, Alexander Nevsky, which is the story of Prince Alexander Nevsky and how he defended Russia from the Teutonic Order.
Oh wow.
Great movie to watch. Inspired a lot of movies. The beginning of the battle on the ice. When you watch Empire Strikes Back, that's a shot. The shot where it's just a really good movie, and it wasn't like Potemkin, where Potemkin was Mason Sons. They told they
Battleship
told him shoot a
Potemkin.
movie.
Yeah.
Battleship Potemkin. They told him have a straight narrative, go through it. And I think Nikolai Cherkasov, who played Nevsky and then would play Ivan the Terrible in the two movies that he'd film later. Nikolai Cherkasov
That's some
plays
serious competition. So
plays one of the best heroes, and to me, he's kind of like the Aragorn of Russia.
yeah.
Unites the people
Ben-Hur.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, unites the people together, calls them to arms, and this is what
You
you
actually want to follow him.
Oh yeah,
So Once Upon a Time in America, Ferris Bueller, Fifth Element for Karen.
Wow.
The Thing for Joseph. James, you're divided, but those are two good ones. So, Gil, where are you going to end?
Oh, I think I'm going to go with, I mean, when I got my first apartment in the 80s, in the mid 80s, I got my first videotape and I watched it over and over again. It was Manhunter.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A better
Michael
Hannibal
Lecter.
Lecter.
Yes,
Silence of the Lambs.
and they remade the movie with Red Dragon.
Yeah.
And Red Dragon was closer to the book.
Not as good. Manhunter was better.
The remake was terrible.
Yes, Manhunter was better.
Fun fact, Manhunter also apparently inspired a lot of Millennium and X-Files episodes.
Okay.
I believe that.
That's
Like
explains why I love
Profiler.
X-Files
It's
so
a
much.
genuinely scary, scary movie. It really is.
Yeah.
And I will say
Silence of the Lambs is great too, but Anthony Hopkins chooses scenery.
Yeah.
And Brian Cox is
Lava
very
beans.
extremely believable. He's
my God.
And if you throw
Scary
that
as
next
hell.
to Red, if you throw it next to Red Dragon, Red Dragon, even though it's closer to the book, doesn't compare.
It's pretty wild how that
Manhunter is-
works when you get the.
And I love the
atmosphere.
Inagata-Devita scene.
Yes.
Yep.
So
The
great.
Tangerine Dream soundtrack. Nice.
So it's Miami
guys.
Vice on steroids. That movie. Michael Mann. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, so Bonsai Crew, I will see you this.
Mike.
Yeah.
Did you give your movies?
Yeah. Once Upon a Time in America.
Okay, I forgot. Jesus.
Yeah.
Instant memory. I played a Jedi.
I
mind
actually
trick on you.
debated that movie with Frank Conniff on Fugel Sing's show years ago. He hates it. But I was trying to get to the point that, okay, The Godfather's great, but you don't want to be in The Godfather.
Oh, I totally want to be one of those. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
You don't want to be in the mob.
Most of us don't. I have a brain.
That's the point of the movie. Yeah. So
it is kind of the Game of Thrones thing where you can't tell if the person's being legit or just trolling people online. I want to be the Lannisters. No.
and I love the way the movie.
No, you don't.
With
You
time
do
and
not.
memory.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $100.
It's Sergio Leone's last movie, and Once Upon a Time is great too.
Totally. Okay,
Mhm.
so Bonsai Crew,
Right.
I'll see you this coming Wednesday. Man, this is a hell of a fun time, guys. I did
Yeah,
not
it
know
was.
this was gonna go.
Yeah,
So
it
thank you,
was.
Mike
Thanks for being here.
selecting this. We had to cheat.
Thanks
a
for
bit.
having us.
Just so everybody's
Thanks for your
aware,
night.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up